What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Big Blue in the Bronx channel. Just going to hide this for 1 second, just going to try to find the right format. But we are back with the Boys in the Big Apple podcast. John, we're obviously happy Jet fans. I know you have your seltzer next to you. Cheers to a Jets victory. Not only a Jets victory to get us 3-3 at the bye, we beat the Eagles for the first time in franchise history. What a win. It wasn't pretty, but you know what? I'd rather win ugly than lose pretty. I was at the game yesterday. I'll talk about my experience. But just saying, there's some unhappy Giant fans. They lost to the Buffalo Bills. We could have used that Giants win in terms of division. But I know somebody who's really unhappy.
Oh.
Let's move everybody into position here.
Ooh.
Alex is back with the paper bag after the Giants barely lost to the Buffalo Bills, but some people were saying, this might be a moral victory. But you know what? I'll say this for the record until we let Alex get his first thoughts in. When you're in that close of a game, you snatch it away. You don't play moral victories like that. But Alex, you are very unhappy with the state of the Giants. They are now 1-5, possibly close to being one of the worst teams in the NFL. They're lined up with teams like the Bears and all that. The Panthers are 0-6, but the Giants right now have a top 5 pick, 1-5. Tyrod Taylor starting yesterday, just an epic. I don't even know what to call it. So, Alex,
yeah, we'll diagnose it. What's up to everybody in the chat? Brad, Almighty, Sunil, Jets SMS, Armand, Jacob. We had Barbara and JD earlier in the chat. And to be fair, I will start off not by my Giants. Congratulations to the Jet fans for knocking off the Philadelphia Eagles as the remaining undefeated team in the NFL. Obviously there was no happy medium with whatever the result was, because if it was a loss, you guys would have came on here and ranted about the offense, and you guys are still going to talk about that. But if you win, you get to come out and say F the Eagles and all that stuff. Now, unfortunately, the Giants could not take care of business. They couldn't trade the favor. We'll talk about that. It was not as blowouty as it was and it has been, but there's still some stupid decisions that we have to talk about. But yeah, so congratulations to the Jets. Obviously, Knicks basketball is back. Rangers hockey is coming around, of course. So yeah, that's it for me. And if I wasn't going, so for many of you who don't know, I'm going to the Giants Jets game credentialed. But if I was going as a fan and we lost to the Jets, you know what would be coming with me, right?
You should have if you were going as a Giant fan, you should have brought the bag regardless.
I'm not. When I'm credentialed, I'm not using this.
I said as a fan, not a credentialed media member.
Wait, but you could be the first reporter with a bag over his head.
Yeah, that would be John Mara would love to see that, John.
Yes.
But I want to go through some comments before we get to John. As a Jets fan, as part of the Jets Nation, thank you, Alex, and the Giants for showing the Bills are frauds.
The AFC
I must say I don't like Buffalo. There was a lot of incidents last night that kind of shaded me over to the Jets side of kind of thinking, Buffalo is dirty. But again, we lost, so that's our own fault. A field goal on 4th and inches. Yep, no, that was a great call. Almighty, don't know what you're talking about there. John, you watching? No, he's not watching the Phillies.
I got Rangers hockey on tonight, and the Phillies aren't even playing. I thought game 1's tomorrow for them.
No,
am I wrong?
Tomorrow. It might. Be, I think.
Hold up, let me take a.
John's gonna take a gander. No, this is from Food Town actually. So, but
it's your Food Town Giants bag. Oh no, game 1 is kicking off right now, and Texas went up 2-0 in their series. So, ooh.
Armin says, has Alex turned heel and embraced the tank?
Might have to.
No. I mean, listen, look, they lost, and we'll talk about it. But no, I haven't fully embraced the tank. 1-5, let's go. To be fair, we played better than I thought. Yeah. Oh God, not the Scarecrow from Batman begins again. Let's see what I'm the Bagman, guys. That's my new nickname. I'm the Bagman. Happy fucking Victory Monday. What a win. By the way, I called that Eagles upset last week. A lot of people in our comment section did.
I'm glad you all did. I want to say thank you to all of you.
Sunil is in JD, were some of the guys that came out.
I want to say to our viewers who picked out the Jets upset, me and John would like to thank you for giving us some hope back. So, giving us some optimism, reining in our severe pessimism we had for this game, despite coming off a win.
Yeah.
Jets pulled an upset. Ladies couldn't beat Scotty Norwood. The Niners lost more than just their games. Debo's out with the shoulder. MC with an oblique. Trudy Weiner's off.
That's my fantasy team.
That's right. He's got McCaffrey.
I got McCaffrey.
I also like Barbara saying earlier, "Cry Eagles cry," but yeah.
I want to cry like an eagle.
Oh, by the way, I did hear EAGLES chants Eagles while Eagles fans were entering the stadium, but walking out of the stadium, JETS chants were loud and proud. And I'll go into more into my experience in a little bit, but I want Alex to read comments.
A targeted one for John here.
Almighty, you know what? You could have your opinion, but you have the right to be wrong.
Let's get those likes up, folks. Let's get those likes up. And then Alex, could we tag Barkley again, and potential new QB? Would you consider tagging him again? No. Jets beating the Eagles over the Browns beating the 49ers.
Yeah, I don't know about that one.
It's a big win for the Jets. It's a big win. Obviously, I think the Browns game was probably more pretty when it comes to winning. But there's no style points for winning. There's no style points for losing. It was a big game for the Jets to win because me and John, obviously, we even said like at minimum the Jets should be 3-3 with Rodgers at the bye. We're 3-3 with Zach Wilson at the bye. To be fair.
Yeah, no, and I didn't even think that'd be possible, but here we are, man, and we do got some more comments coming in.
Yep.
So Neil says, "Die Eagles,
die. Get your ass kicked by 30. Die Eagles, die. Get your ass kicked by 30."
See, Harmon does.
He's stepping in. Eagles saying they didn't care. They didn't have Carter or Slay. Yeah, the excuses always pile in somehow. Well,
I'm sorry to interrupt. I'm sorry to interrupt, Alex. I'm sorry to interrupt. You know what I don't get? The NBC commentators for NBC Sports Philadelphia were going after Robert Saleh. A. B. A lot of Philly fans are saying, "Well, we beat ourselves. The Jets didn't beat us."
I forgot to mention the third thing. That a bunch of the reporters were fanboys.
Oh, that's going to be a part of the experience thing. That's a whole nother thing.
Browns without a question.
Oh, Sunil and Brad are going boxing match right now.
Yeah, it's bam. Y'all think Rodgers comes back this year? I'm a little angry about that. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm a little angry of how overhyped that is. My personal opinion. I'm not taking shots at Aaron Rodgers, but there's a lot of wishy people. Anyway.
You can hope. You can hope. Just saying, you can hope.
Bad take. Brian's in the chat. What's up? He goes, no way the brown bag. This brown bag has been out for 2 weeks, so it's been out since last week. What's up to Wales? What's going on, Wales?
What's up, man?
Hope to see you at the block party in a week and a half. I'm honestly surprised our defense played well against the Bills. Mike McFadden and Okereke looked good. That's true. Offense was better with Tyrod, but awful in the red zone at the goal line. Don't worry, Sunil. We all know Dak's going to throw picks today. Okay. Also, filthy persona Angelo Cataldi, what he thinks. Alex, he's got crutches off already. Rodgers come back this year and Jets Super Bowl. Imagine.
Almighty's
that's a wish and a basket.
He threw that last word, imagine, in correctly there.
Yeah. But what was I going to say? John, you want to go into first thoughts for yourself, and then Luke gets to go into his game experience.
Yeah, no. This is a great victory Monday. We didn't really I don't know. The last time we've had 2 Jets wins on the show, we get to celebrate. So shout out to them. Been watching Rangers hockey, been watching preseason Knicks a little bit. Been watching the playoffs for baseball. That's been really interesting. As I said earlier, games 2.
And I must say, I don't mean to interrupt John, but we have a little gift after Lucas' thoughts. If you know what I'm talking about, John.
Oh, yes, I do. I didn't want to spoil it right away. But
I'm not gonna say to fully what it is, John. If you want to finish your first thought.
Yeah, no, I got it. I knew what it was. I didn't want to spoil it, but nevertheless, I'm good to see the chat here. A lot of our regulars in tonight, so we'll definitely answer all your questions, comments, and Luca, you want to go into that game experience from yesterday?
All right. So obviously, I again, once I said I apologize that I had to leave the show early yesterday because obviously I had to get to the train station, meet a friend, and we both went to the game. Going there, obviously went through the media. We went through the media box. We obviously had to check our credentials and whatnot, get them and whatnot. So we walked in. We chilled in the lounge for a bit. They obviously they had their assorted foods. They had tater tots. I grabbed a roast beef sandwich with provolone cheese. Really good, by the way. They do a nice job. The buffet is, I think, much bigger up in the press box. But it was nice.
Hold up. Why did you not do a food review? Where was it, bro?
Tell me again.
Did
I
your
don't
Nobody
Alexa
said
go off?
Alexa.
I deeply apologize once again. But
We gotta start unplugging.
I don't know. I don't know if I could, record anything in that room specifically. Like I try to play it careful because this is like NFL stuff. You don't want to be like again, it gets into legal stuff. I'm not too sure. Not that I didn't even, I'll be honest, I didn't even think about a food review. I would have done it, but certain things are very testy within the NFL rules with like photographs and shit. And I didn't want to go over or under. I obviously got to read the communications again. I could do a food review when I officially read all the communication stuff for next week when I go to the Giants Commanders game, which I will be at. But
He's gonna sit here and tell us, the Giants didn't put up as many food as the
they're
Jets.
the same employees, Alex. Come on. But
Right,
anyway,
but they might do something else.
listen, we'll see. But we chilled out. We actually chilled out in the lounge room for a little bit. We were watching the games. They have the games in the lounge room, obviously. We went upstairs. We dropped our bags off at the press box, sitting obviously where we were. I showed around my friend where everything was and whatnot. It was just obviously great view like last time. We were actually to the right of where we were last time, so I guess we got a better view. We went and then I had to finish something, and then my friend's like, why don't we go down to the field for pregame? I'm like, sure, let's see if our credentials, scan properly. So we went down there, we scanned the credentials, and they work. So we walked around a little bit. We walked around behind the end zone, behind the field goal post. We were actually by Fox Sports. They were setting up their cameras and whatnot. Same thing with NFL Network. We walked around. We saw some Eagles players warm up. I saw Devontae Smith. I saw Jalen Hurts. I saw A.J. Brown. I saw Fletcher Cox, who I tried to talk to, but I was ignored. But that's okay. But I went over by the Jets sideline behind the rope, and that's where everything got started for me. As John is writing down Fletcher Cox. I have no ill will to Fletcher Cox. I was asking him if he was going to have a good game.
Just
right.
laugh.
We got him right here for this week. He got you, Luca.
Yes.
Got you.
But no animosity. I was just asking him if he was going to have a good game or whatnot. So there was NBC Sports Philly to my right. So was SNY with Gian Coakley and Connor Hughes, who I actually got to meet. I'll detail that in a second. To my left was also some people from NBC Sports Philly. One person I did not recognize at the time, and I think was there, if I'm not mistaken. She would have to confirm this. Was Josina Anderson I believe she's from where? What outlet? I apologize.
I'll take a look.
Okay, it might be ESPN. I could be
He
wrong.
is ESPN.
Okay, it was
Did she get
ESPN.
fired from ESPN though.
Oh, she might. I don't actually remember.
She says CBS Sports.
Okay, CBS Sports.
No,
It was
that's right. She did. the
Josina Anderson. So I looked to my left, and I'm like, I recognize the person. I'm like, I just gave like a handshake, not a handshake, like a hand wave. I'm like, hi, how you doing? So the first, I'm not sure I would call it celebrity. But first of all, let me say this: before I went down, I saw somebody walking through with scanning their credentials, and that was Robbie Sabo of Jets X Factor. Really nice guy. He said, appreciate the compliments and all. Robbie Sabo, as I mentioned, when we do the film clips, we do Jet X Factor. Jet X Factor does a great job breaking down the film. Robbie is the king of that. He does his own podcast with Jets legend Wayne Corbett. That usually airs, I think, every Wednesday. I'm not sure, but
yes.
If you're a Jet fan, please check them out. All that stuff. Robbie was a very nice guy. He's just a very talented individual. So we went downstairs, as I told you, skip a little ahead. We were on the sidelines, and the first famous kind of, I maybe call him a celebrity. The first guy I recognize is Brian Baldinger. He's talking with some people right by NBC Sports Philly. As he's walking by, I go out to shake his hand. I'm like, "Hey, Brian, my name is Luca. I am a huge fan of yours. Keep up with the good work analysis." He's like, "Thank you very much. I appreciate it." He walked by. Obviously, I also got to chat with Connor Hughes a little bit. Connor Hughes is a very personable human being, very nice guy. So I'm like, Connor Hughes of SNY? He's like, yes, sir, that's me, with a bright smile on his face. I'm like, my name is Luke. I'm from St. Francis College. This is my friend Christian over here. I said, I'm very proud of what you do. You do a great job. And he's like, thank you very much. I really appreciate it, with a bright smile on his face. And I'm like, this is such an experience for me, because this is my second time being credentialed, but I never got to experience the pregame on the field, experience. And he's like, it's just such an experience for me every time I go out here, even though I do it every week. So I got a little bit of info like on, his thoughts, but it was just awesome. So I like Connor Hughes. Next person, I'll let the chat guess this. I'm going to give them about a minute. Who was the first Jets jersey I ever owned?
Ooh, some history trivia. Should we play the Jeopardy music?
We could play the Jeopardy music.
All right, it's time for that Jeopardy music moment.
Who was the first Jet jersey I ever owned? And I'm going to give about a minute timer. We'll get till about 8:27, maybe 8:28.
Okay.
Now, does the chat know that the first jersey you've ever owned is the person that you met? Do they know that's
the idea? Well, that's the idea. Jacob's right. He might have saw the tweet. It was Mark Sanchez. I saw Sanchez coming my way, and I'm like, "Hey, Mark, how you doing?" Like, I have to be professional. I can't be a fanboy. But I saw Mark walking out. I pointed to my friend. I'm like, "That's Mark Sanchez. He is the first Jets jersey, maybe even sports jersey I ever owned." And I said, "Hey, Mark, my name is Luca from St. Francis College. Just want to say I was a big fan of yours growing up. You were the first jersey I ever had." He's like, "Thanks, bud. I appreciate it," and walked by. He had a very nice smile on his face. So it was my special moment because it brings me back to my childhood, obviously.
The Sanchez.
Him and Rex Ryan. But obviously met Mark Sanchez. Trying to think of any other people I met. I'm going to go back to my tweet. I also met, let's see. Let me try to find.
You chatted up with Antoine Staley.
Who we actually had on this channel last year. He's a Red Sox fan, by the way. He's a Red Sox fan. I don't know he's a Miami Heat fan. So I busted his chops a little bit. And this was while we were getting halftime food. And I'm like, I thought you were a Red Sox fan. He's like, I am. And I'm like, why are you wearing a Blue Jays hat? And he goes, color coordination. I'm like, okay, all right, that's all cool, man. I'm
all
just
about the fit.
I'm like, okay, it's
like
all about
Method
the fit. I'm like, I'm just breaking your chops. I said, you do a great job, my man. And he tapped me on the shoulder saying thank you. So Antoine, another nice guy among the Jets beat. Haven't met all the others yet. Just checking who else I met, because it was just such a great experience.
We do see the comments, by the way, but I want to let Luca obviously get the.
So yeah, I detailed pretty much everybody I talked to. Hope to do more next week. Obviously, they didn't have the celebrity sheets, which I was kind of surprised, but maybe it was because it was a primetime game the other time. But anyways, obviously watching the game was an experience. I was sitting next to my buddy Chris Persianen of WFUV and Knicks Film School. We were chatting the entire game. Really nice guy. Go check out his content. WFUV Fordham, and obviously Knicks Film School, who does a really good job with. But after that, obviously halftime they served us really good food. Obviously they had grilled chicken, they had penny alla vodka, they had chicken noodle soup, and then they had their little filling of candy on the other aisle, because obviously it's getting close to Halloween. They had Hershey Kisses, they had M&Ms. I think Reese's Pieces were all there.
Soda.
But, what's up?
They had soda.
Yeah, it was they're a Pepsi brand.
Yeah, was it like canned soda, or was it like the fountain soda?
Fountain soda. You got orange juice, apple juice from Dole.
You could get refills.
Yeah, you could get constant.
I might gain 15 pounds when I go in 2 weeks.
Yeah, they also got water stations and all that. Obviously, everything is fill up. They have brisk, they have lemonade, they have all that good stuff. But the food was really good. I heard the chicken soup was really good. The penny alla vodka was good. But yeah, it's just a great experience to be a part of, especially that the Jets won. And, I absolutely try my hardest not to fanboy out, like to say, oh my God, the Jets won, something like that, or anything like that. I swear to God, when the Jets broke up that pass from Jalen Hurts to essentially end the game, I was like this. Like I at home, I would go nuts, but I'm very much contained in the press box. I can't say the same about those Eagles reporters. And that is because there were certain times. I'm just saying, I'm not naming any names because I don't know anybody, and I'm not really, trying to pick a
Probably
fight with
Elliot
anybody.
Shore Parks because he's a clown.
Who?
Elliot Shore Parks.
I didn't see his tag because they do have assigned seating. I didn't see like his name tag because the Eagles row was actually below us. But there were times in the game like that's not offensive pass interference. How's that not pass interference on the Jets? I'm like, they're really saying this? Like I thought they would be more not like I don't care what
More
you really say.
composed.
Like
Yeah.
like more composed. Like what's also fun about being a beat reporter, you literally get calls from the bench talking about injuries. Like if Reed Blankenship was out, okay, thank you for that information. They'll say Reed Blankenship was out. So it's really cool to see them get the calls from the bench. A lot of the beat reporters have the binoculars, but obviously I'll talk about and also talk. Let me also talk about the crowd. Eagles fans, Eagles fans, Eagles fans. And I know we have an Eagles fan in here. I missed some of his. We're going to miss some. I apologize if I missed your comment. They were really cocky. They were really, really cocky. And listen, there's confidence, there's overconfidence, there's cocky. And our job partially is to do an interview with the fans and get their thoughts. Now, there were some Jet fans we interviewed. They were very pessimistic. There was one fan that predicted that the Jets would win 24-21, which I found amazing because obviously that would mean the Jets would cover the spread, all that. But Eagles fans were just like, we're going to beat the Jets 42-0. And this comment caught my eye, or I should say caught my ear. And I'm like, listen, man, what is your confidence going into this game? There's a lot of Eagles fans here. There's a huge presence. Philadelphia is only an hour and a half away. The guy said this. It would be a mistake for Jet fans to think that this is their stadium and that they're going to rock out here. And I'm like, wow, that is quite the confident statement. So, I got to handle this like professional. Obviously, you had some Eagles fans interfering on some of the interviews, like "Go Birds, go Eagles," all these different stuff.
So Luca felt like side talk.
Yeah, I mean,
I was thinking that in my head.
It is kind of like that. It is kind of like that. So, you obviously have that. Walking into the stadium, you could, to be fair, I want to say the crowd was at least like 50-50 because it was Jets green versus Kelly green. You had to really look closely to dissect what jersey's which. If it's a 12, you got to decide if it's Namath or Randall Cunningham. You got to do all those things. But I'd say I heard the EAGLES chant Eagles. I heard fans chanting, "Fuck the Eagles." And then Eagles fans would chant back, "Fuck the Jets." And there was a back and forth. So you obviously have that. The atmosphere, it was packed. It was a packed stadium, in my opinion. It was a packed stadium. The Eagles fans were obviously into it for most of the game, but the fourth quarter came around. Jets fans starting to get into it. They were looking for something. That Tony Adams interception set the Jet fans off, and they were going nuts. And they went nuts with the Breece Hall touchdown. They were into it when the Eagles had their final possession. So it's good to see that Jet fans like myself, again, I was credentialed, so I couldn't really have any emotional reactions. I'm a completely different person when I'm at home. But just in general, the experience was great. Jet fans finally have something to be happy about. They're 3-3 at the bye. It does have similarities to last year. We could go into that obviously for the game plan and stuff and all those different things, but just another great experience at the stadium. It is truly an honor to, be in the press room and all that. But yeah, it's awesome. It's truly awesome. And obviously to be on the field post game as well was fun.
Right. So I'm going to go through some comments because we have a stream of them. So we didn't forget about you guys. Dallas already 3-0, putting up to my feeble expectations. Well, Dallas actually just scored a touchdown, so might want to take that back.
I just want to say I put in 2 prop bets. Justin Herbert over half yards and CeeDee Lamb over 72.5 yards. Lamb is right now at 34, and it's not at the end of the first quarter.
Mike says that was a nice throw by Zach to Wilson on the deep ball. Ellen Cumming, what's up to Jeffrey?
By the way, don't mean to toot my own horn.
Can I say something real quick? Is it about the Texans money line?
Well, sort of. I was gonna say 3 of 4 yesterday on the gambling picks for best bets. So
Listen, my man, I took the Houston Texans money line. They actually they won me more money than I would have won the Patriots -3. So Patriots +3, I should say. But you know what? It's fine. It's fine. Listen,
Of course, Brian was right because they lost by 4. Of course, they had to lose.
They lost by
I just-
4.
I-
It's because Mac Jones took a sack in the end zone.
Took a safety. Yeah, right.
I hope he plays against the Giants, but that's I actually might be credentialed for that one, but I'm gonna shut my mouth for that one. I'm not gonna place my bets on it. Anyway, what's up to Jeffrey? Good game. Luka and John Hurts was caught on a rare terrible day. Y'all defense is legit. I hope you make the playoffs.
Good game, Eagles Nation.
Barbara, congratulations, Jet fans, especially John and Luka. I was cheering like crazy for you guys. New England Patriots suck. Sorry about that. Well, that's okay, Jeffrey. The Giants suck too. So
1-5, just like the other teams.
yes. We're back to this again. Thank you, Brett, for reminding me that John.
What happened? Your glasses are up here.
No. John, remember last week's debate about John stealing the glass?
No, I know. But I'm just talking about your
Yeah,
glasses.
we're back to this debate of
No, I was just talking about your glasses that
Yeah, my glasses are up there.
Okay.
First ever win against this, y'all deserve it, man.
I didn't
John,
think
your
it was
boyfriend,
possible. I really didn't.
Schwarber just 1 yard. So I guess the Phillies are in the lead. Go Chargers. Excuses. Luker. What's up to Evan in the chat? He had you on the pay no mind list. He was talking about Fletcher Cox. Let's see. Cowboys about to go down 7. This was beforehand, so I'm reading old comments, but still I want to get to them. Cowboys about to go down 7-0. LAC 3rd and goal. Was one of the people
Thank you,
was
Hayes.
in this
I
chat.
thank you at the beginning. I'll thank you right now.
Says, what did I tell you? Touchdown Keenan Allen, fantasy points. Did
got
anyone
Justin Herbert.
recognize you? Says.
Did anyone recognize me? Not really. There's not. As we said, we used to live up in PA 12, at least 12 years, knowing Eagles fans and all that, but nobody that I know showed up.
Chargers lead 7-0.
It's actually 7-7 now.
Well, yeah, I'm reading the comments. Luker, any questions post game?
I was going to ask. I was actually in a bit of a rush because I kind of botched the preparation. I'll tell you this, because we actually the thing is, what me and Brandon did last time, we went at least 3 minutes before the game ended. We watched till about the incompletion to Devontae Smith. And then we scrambled downstairs, set up the camera and all that. I was kind of in bad positioning, but I did get hit a little bit with the butterflies. I didn't feel like I'll say this for the record. I was going to ask about the DJ Reed Sauce Gardner injuries and like what goes into that. But I didn't feel it was right. Not that it was right, but it was like kind of bad timing because they just came off a victory. It would be more appropriate, honestly, after a loss. But again, my opinion, Robert Saleh gave a tangible explanation for why Sauce was given a concussion protocol injury. It was because Sauce was ill on Friday. He was still feeling ill on Saturday. They had him do tests, and they said, you know what, concussion. So it makes sense at the end of the day. DJ Reed's still up in the air. They'll obviously have 2 weeks to do the tests and all that, so it'll be okay. But I was in the press room. I think I'll be. I got to get my confidence up because obviously nervous.
He's going to get it. Of course, he's going to get it up against Dayball this week.
I mean,
did they think it was bring your kid to work day? Luka, how did you get credentials to get on the field?
Well, credentials, we do it through CB. Got our good buddy David Cummings from CBS. We goes through the school, but that's how we do. We go through it goes through the school, so it's a lot of fun.
Chabert. Now, that's an interesting one. Stop glazing, the Sanchino. Oops, wrong guy. Luka, fan of the butt fumble. Oh dear God.
Oh Lord.
Listen, I will continue to say as a Jet fan that is the most overrated play and overhyped play of all time.
His comment gets me. Should have tackled him.
That is funny.
I did see Zach Wilson from afar, though. I didn't get a chance to see Aaron Rodgers.
Luka
I know he
went
was
to
warming
a suit with a game with a suit and tie. Alex, how many are you going to? I'm not sure as of yet, because that has yet to be determined. The Giants have only credentialed us for 3 games, including this weekend. So I'm going Jets Giants. That's what I can say. Obviously, thank you to Armin for the update. The whole world was rooting for the Jets. I've seen the Jets media spreads look really good. Yeah, Connor Hughes is a big poster with that. Did you get any high fives?
High fives. Mostly handshakes.
Okay. I feel like John would just go there for the food.
Possibly. It does sound pretty intriguing.
Shout outs to Anthony in the chat. I don't know if he's still here or whatnot, but Captain Cerulli. I was talking about the food earlier and how I would gain like 15 pounds, in 2 weeks because we're supposed to go to the Jet Giant game. Yeah, Cerulli might have to lift a little bit of weights and carry me out because I might have to be out on a forklift.
Oh, he's throwing all that gym work out the window.
How dare you put
Not
that burden on
necessarily,
Mr.
no.
Cerulli?
Huh?
How dare you put that burden on Mr. Cerulli? He's gonna be one. He's gonna be the one showing you around. You ought to be grateful.
Yeah, and I'll be grateful eating the food. Luca was just in shock. Any Taylor Swift sags? I mean, it was another Kelsey game.
Travis Kelce was at the game, but no Taylor Swift. I was like, thank God.
Fuck you, Sheagle fans. My name is Luca, and I'm dating Taylor Swift.
God.
Cocky until Monday. What's up to Miz in the chat? He goes, yo,
Miz.
fuck the birds. Yeah, Luca, I can't stand them. They're conceited and mean. Two idiot fan bases.
Whoa, listen, Jet fans are not idiots. We're not idiots. We've been beaten down. We're not idiots. Come on.
We're not dumb.
Eagles fans suck arse. Touchdown, Cowboys rushing touchdown.
Eagles fans have been going at Jet fans through
Not today. They don't have the right today.
Miz is already talking the trash.
That's
Miz
a lot of confidence there, Miz. I'm just saying. Listen.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm just saying that's quite the statement for being 1-5 right now. Obviously, things could change, but
yeah. Go Chargers, 7-7. Giants will bring it that day. He likes what they saw in their last game. In terms of the defense.
I like what the defense saw. I saw in the last game for the Jets. Defense.
We'll get into that. Yeah.
Yeah. I took the Jets yesterday and Cincinnati. Well, those are some good bets. Miz is another guy that is a good bettor. So
me and Miz gotta collaborate.
Yeah. Luca bet on Herbert. Look for Herbert to get.
No, I haven't been fantasy. Do not do that to me.
I actually might have. I don't know if I am starting. I don't think I do though.
Who's excited to watch Depressed John when the Rangers lose?
Jacob, you want to be a hater? Fine, be a hater.
Does he go in the book?
But if Jacob's wrong, not only does he get to go in the book, but from now on, I'm calling him Mr. Hater. Okay, because that's all he is, a hater. Here, you know what? You know what? I'm going to go sign my name, do a little scribble scrabble. And if he wants a picture of my autograph, there. Hater.
You can hand out the autograph. In 2 weeks, Arlington is about to be a traffic nightmare with the Rangers in the World Series potentially, and the Cowboys hosting the Rams on Sunday afternoon. I would stay away from that area of Texas. Congratulations to the Jets for your win. I told you, wouldn't be shocked if you had a chance.
Thank you, Max. Appreciate it.
No.
The fact that they made Malik Cunningham as a backup and signed him to a 3-year deal is amazing.
Jones hasn't been great, but I don't want the other. I don't want the Burger Mac Jones. Okay.
You don't want Daniel for Mac? No.
No.
Yep. Here's some more thievery comments.
Any Nickelback sightings?
No Nickelback.
I want Mac Jones of the Patriots. Want a 7th round pick for DJ? I'll take it. I mean, we are twins. Jets and Cows go to the bye at 3-3. That'd be an interesting one. Feeble would steal the food. Well, I mean, it's not necessarily stealing if it's free.
Yeah, I'm not stealing. It's free. What?
Listen, I took 2 Hershey Kisses. I could honestly take in more.
We're doing tomorrow's game between, the Diamondbacks and the Phillies, game 2?
Correct.
Luca and Taylor Swift wedding song will be a Nickelback.
Oh, Jesus. I'm never going to...
He's never going to escape this. My prediction, Jets will go deep into the playoffs.
Hayes, I hope you're absolutely right on that.
Why is any Giant fan talking crap to the Jets? The dog of the season is done.
Listen, I'll be honest. For some Giant fans to win against the Jets, that's like their Super Bowl. So you kind of
listen. If the Giants didn't win a game for the rest of the year and beat the Jets, I mean, I'm sorry. I would be happy if you were in this. If you were in the same position, like I'm not going to say that overall that in that situation that the Giants would be a better team than the Jets, but I have that bragging right because the Giants.
Of course, you have that bragging. Of course, you have that bragging right.
But your team was 12 years.
If your team wins 2 games and one of them was against the Jets, were you going to be really proud?
I'll be proud that I beat the Jets, but other than that, no. We get a top pick too.
Well, hold on. I understand you might win the head-to-head matchup, but if you get 2 wins, do you really get bragging rights?
Exactly. That's my point.
Come on, Alex.
We beat the Jets, and just for the brotherly sake and the show sake, and we get a top pick. So
well, you still also get that. You guys got that bet,
yes, we do.
so that's going to be an interesting one.
G ladies need to bring back Hostetler like the Jets need Esiason. What are G ladies? Well, they're the Giants.
That's Sunil's name for the Giants.
Next time, wear cargo pants so you could load up the side pockets. That's a good idea. I like that. Fuck the Bears, OC Gutless Getsy for not getting the ball to DJ Moore to get a touchdown and fucking up my parlay. Glad the Jets won. I don't have that way. You don't have to listen to people crying like a bitch over a Jets loss.
You know what, old man Brad? You used the same joke twice already. You already texted me that to my Twitter. So come up with some new jokes. Come on, same old material, man. Boo.
Why do I feel like the Giants might go on a run with an easier schedule? Well, that's what they usually do. In the past, when games don't matter, they'll usually start winning some games. You don't get. I get bragging rights. Obviously, if people would rather be down about it, let them go ahead. But
congratulations, you went
is,
2-15, beating the Jets. Congratulations, you've won your Super Bowl.
Yeah, but that would mean you lost to a 2-15 team.
But if the Jets go to the playoffs. Again, if Simbut's Candy's Nuts Christmas, if the Jets go to the playoffs despite losing to that team, who has better bragging rights? Is anyone really going to give a damn?
Of course.
Is anybody going to really give a damn if the Jets lost to the Giants but yet made the playoffs? No.
We'll see. We'll see what it comes out to. But the bet is this was arranged late August that if the Jets won, I would have to go into school with a certain outfit. Same thing for Luca if the Giants won. That what was I going to say? That we would have to go in with like a full redneck outfit, knowing where we live in the city.
From Dick's Sporting Goods, I think it was.
No, it's not. No. It's Bass Pro Shops.
Bass Pro Shops. Yep.
Yeah. So like the hunting pants, the redneck jacket, the camo stuff. So that was a weird bet that was arranged, but we're gonna go through with it. Trust me. Anyway, both of y'all have credentials the same game that would throw so much media off. The guy who's arranging all of that is trying to get 4. What was I going to say? 4 credentials. I highly doubt that that's going to happen. Where me and Luke go to the same game. It might not. But anyway, Alex, if the Jets beat the Giants, will you embrace the tank?
You're not going to get away from the questions, Alex, about the tanking. You're not.
I saw some good things. Anyway.
Oh, Jesus. Were you Aaron Boone? It isn't the first time somebody's made an Aaron Boone reference today. I saw on our good buddies, the Jetway podcast, they said, for the Jets, it's all in front of us. I'm like, Aaron Boone? But it's right. It's all in front of us.
It's all in front of us.
Alexa, but the Jets is something the G ladies couldn't do twice in a season. Shit down the shickles. Yeah. No, I know. Don't forget the General Lee Horn. I must not get it. I must say. Well, definitely. Well, I mean, Evan, if you're interested, like, first of all, I will say this. Oh God, if the Giants win, Luke has to wear the princess dress to school or during a show.
Well,
if I'm wearing the redneck outfit, I would be wearing. Technically, I could wear it to. It depends, because if the Giants win and I go to the game and I have to return. No, wait. And if the Giants win that game and I have to go to the game and I have to return equipment next day, or do I have to wear it, or do I have to wear it when I actually go into school for classes? That's the question.
That could be. Wait, that doesn't even make sense. You're not even going.
I said if we get the 4 credentials.
Make that up. Anyway. Okay. Yeah, the thing I was going to say before is, for those of you who don't know, there's a section of content creators that many don't know is called the Big Blue Crew. It's like G Nation Inside Sports, Big Pat Sports Talk, Classified 3F with Joel, Miz, who was in the chat. And they call themselves, and I'm part of it, called the Big Blue Crew. And we're going to have like a block party in Lot L for the Giant Jet game. But also, for Evan's sake, also as well, because he's going to be at the game, we're doing fan interviews because we got to get the fans on camera and stuff like that for like interviews and predictions and stuff like that. So if, anyone's going to that game and wants to be on camera, let me know. Don't worry, Alexa. The Pats will get the number 1 pick. I don't think so. I've already embraced the tank. It's sad, but I'd rather laugh about it. Listen, yep, we'll talk about this one. To be fair, we would win if Tyrod had a brain. It's half on him and half on Dable and a couple other different things. Princess Luca can be a redneck princess for a day. How does that work?
Oh my God.
The both of you should let it go because Dallas will out-feeble both the Jets and the Giants. Sunil, no.
Sunil, they're not that bad. I'm telling you, they're not that bad.
No. If you wear the outfit for the redneck outfit, they will think you're John's brother. Well, I gotta dye my hair blonde in that case.
True.
Though there is a conspiracy theory out there that John is ginger when he's not.
I don't have red hair. Where is the? I don't know who started it. My hair is clearly not red.
Very cool, Alex. Okay, but let's see what else we got. Dress as a redneck and put a tiara on. Oh my God, that might have to be. Oh my God, and it wouldn't be the weirdest thing in the school, but I'll shut my mouth with that one. Feeble ginger. Redneck princess. You mean Luca dresses up like a Taylor Swift lookalike?
Oh God.
Yep.
Got the blonde.
I'm never
hair.
escaping that, am I?
No. How did that even start?
Because he had the little. Remember the he was looking at the job thing.
The princess.
No. I
He's
know.
talking about Taylor
I know.
Swift.
I'm talking about the Taylor Swift.
Oh.
I think Jacob just brought it in one day and we just ran with it.
We were talking about something with music. I remember. I don't remember what happened, but somehow his name got associated. You know what your contact name is in my phone, right?
Who? Me?
You, yeah.
No, he's talking to me.
You know what it is, right?
No.
Luker, Taylor Swift's husband.
It was okay, so Jacob recalls. But any final thoughts on your experience, Luker?
It was a great experience.
You see, John? Did you hear that?
It was a great experience.
No, but didn't hear it. Okay. Anyway, people, I can't see your hair. IMAX screen forehead. Dak Prescott's 18-yard touchdown was the longest rush by a Cowboys QB since John Kitna's 29-yarder in 2010.
Really? What?
Interesting. Did either of you twins watch the SNL cold open from past week? And Taylor Swift was a partner of the spoof.
Yep.
I did see
Kelsey was too.
I did see a tad of the segment for Deion Sanders. John kind of does look like Andy Dalton.
Andy Dalton. I've never gotten that one. We might have to do a side by side.
The Cats got involved in Li and John were running things when y'all kicked each other out. I remember that.
Oh, that's right. That's right. I had
it was the Li show for a moment.
Yeah.
But again, Luca, any final thoughts?
No. Just a great experience.
Oh, boys.
All right, folks. We have a wheel of offensive linemen. The Giants, unfortunately, have another injury on the offensive line. And that is to Josh Azudu, the left tackle. We'll talk about more in depth of the Giants game in a little bit. John looks like more.
Neil, come on, you're being Brad, man. The same old jokes. You
gotta be Owen Wilson than Andy Dalton.
I need more. You gotta do the new jokes, man. Come on.
I like this.
The Angry Red Rocket.
Now John might have to dye his hair red.
Yeah, I'm not doing that.
After Dexon, well, maybe not. But we got, I think, 17 names on here. So the way we'll go is left tackle, left guard.
You should also put in Chad Wheeler.
I don't want to touch that with a 10-foot pole just because of his legal trouble.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah. So anyway,
Patrick Omameh.
Left tackle. Patrick Omameh. Thank you, Luca.
Wait, now hold. I don't know if you're naming every single one, but I did want to have one name read personally myself.
Hold on 1 second. There was one. Oh, okay. Okay. What was that name?
Armand. Come on now. My man is gonna be on the wheel of offensive
Armand
linemen.
is already on the wheel, John.
He won the quarterback one. Remember, he was one of the.
He's the third quarterback.
Yeah, he was the third quarterback. Let's see if he can get on this starting offensive line.
John could be a carrot.
Nah, you guys could do better. Come on, make fun of me. There you go, Hayes. Chucky. I'll take it.
With a little bit of rusties and a shitload of luck, the Jets can make the playoffs too.
Ka-ching.
Listen, we'll see. We'll talk about it.
Feeble McDonald.
Feeble
Okay.
McDonald.
Ready to play?
He's
all
ready.
the Jets and Giants.
I'm rooted. I'm really praying.
All right. Who's ready to see the Giants' next left tackle?
Come on,
So
Armand.
here are the names, and it does. And again, the position will be the position. Shane Lemieux, Justin Pugh, Ben Bredesen, Marcus McKeithen, Evan Neal. Let's write Burger Flipper.
Burger flip.
John Jerry, Armand, Bobby Hart, Eric Flowers, Jalen Mayfield, Jalen Thomas, Will Beatty, Nate Solder, Matt Scurro, Weston Richburg, Adam Geddes, Eric Smith, Patrick Omame, John Greco, and Jamon Brown.
What about John Halpio?
Thank you, Luca, for that one too.
All right. Are we
I'm
ready
also
to
going off free agents. So, we ready for
Are
this?
we ready to spin that wheel?
Sunil is a Cowboys fan.
Mm-hmm.
So, all right, let's spin the wheel. Let's find out who the next Giants left tackle is. Ready?
Come on, Armand has to do it.
Come on, Armand. And
Adam Geddes is the next Giants left tackle.
oh, Adam Geddes.
There's four more positions.
All right,
There's
Armand
four
still
more
could vie
positions.
for a position.
Armand's still on this. So you got a good shot. Come on now.
Yep. All right. Next one, left guard. Adam Geddes is our left tackle.
Come on. Armand.
Just passed over Armand. Left guard, Jalen Thomas.
Jalen Thomas.
Armand has a suggestion, and he says add Grimace.
Add Grimace. Grimace. Okay. Neil played left guard, left tackle, and right tackle. The reason I'm not adding Feliciano, Jacob, is he is on a team. So, LI Yankee King should be on the list. I will pass on LI. All right. Center.
Come on, Armand.
We might do three backups, depending on how this list goes.
All right.
Oh, I just missed Armand.
Damn it.
Jalen Mayfield is the center.
Okay.
Didn't he already play center?
No, Jalen Thomas
Thomas
was the left guard.
My bad.
All right, come on.
That's
Armand.
true. We gotta remove them once they get selected. So Jalen Thomas is out. Jalen Mayfield is out. And Adam Geddes.
Bettis.
All right. So that leaves us to 19, I think. All right, here we go. Ready?
Come on, Armand.
Oh, just missed.
Ah.
Matt Scurra is the right guard.
Ooh.
All right, let's go. All right. This is for right tackles, and then we'll do three backups.
Come on, Armand. Come on, I wanted to be a starter so bad.
Right, let me just make this a little thing we got here. All right. We got Max and Sunil in the comments, Cowboys fan, Giants fan battling. Anyway, next. This is for right tackle.
Come on, Armand.
Come on. We missed Grimace. Oh, it's off the couch, Justin.
Straight off the couch.
Straight off the couch.
Straight off the couch.
Straight off the couch. All right. He made it. He made it last night, so kudos to him.
All right, now we go
and then one depth tackle, one depth guard, one depth center. But again, it doesn't matter. Three depth offensive linemen.
We're building this team the right way.
Yes, and Burger Flipper.
That's right.
That's Evan Neal.
Straight off the couch, Pew. That's right.
Just missed Armand. Will Beatty. Okay.
We just missed the infamous Eric Flowers too.
Literally did. Okay, so we got Will Beatty off this list. All right, the list is getting shorter now. We're down to 16, and we got 2 spots left.
Come on, Armand. I want him to make the cut. Please.
Wheels of shit happen every Monday.
We can consider that, yeah.
2 more positions. Oh, just one.
Oh, we
off.
just missed burger flipper. John Jerry.
All right.
Aww.
Here's for the final spot on the New York Giants roster. Erection flowers, you mean? Well, I mean, he probably couldn't get one, but enough on that one. I mean,
You're
I'm
horrible.
sorry.
You're horrible.
Sunil implied it. I had to go with the train on that. All right, here we are. I'm gonna do it twice. Actually, I'll do it 3 times. So we got one here.
Yes, Grimace.
Grimace got it.
Grimace. Or we can keep with Grimace.
We'll keep Grimace. Armin.
Keep Grimace.
You know what? He even said it. Either me or Grimace. Come on, you wanted Grimace. So you know what?
We got
At
Grimace.
least Armin gets what he wants.
We got Grimace. So
We got.
the Giants' offensive line looks like this. You got
He's excited.
Adam Geddes. You got Adam Geddes. You got Jalen Thomas, Jalen Mayfield. What'd I say? Matt Skura. Yeah, that's the next Giants bench player. Hold on. Let's hold on. Hold on.
I'm sorry, I can't.
Hold on. Wait. So if you get it down lightly, so we got I think we said Skura at right guard and right tackle was Justin Pugh straight off the couch. So if you take it into account, fellas, ladies and gentlemen, really, this is what. Hold on, and of course, you gotta have this. I'm gonna tell you what the entire Giants offensive line looks like. Ready, guys? Ready for this?
Yeah,
you guys
we're
aren't
ready.
ready for this.
We're ready. We're ready. I'm sorry. The Grimace stage is hysterical.
All right. Is everyone ready?
Yes.
Presenting your 2023 New York Giants offensive line.
That's Grimace.
Evan Neal is right in the middle.
Oh, there he is.
Oh my god. We had too much fun with the Grimace stuff.
Oh my god.
We'll do the it's the bye week. We'll do the Jets O-line next time.
We'll do some more wheels, Armin. Don't worry. And don't worry. You're gonna be on a lot more wheels for us, okay?
Especially a baseball off season. I don't
Oh
know.
yeah, of course.
We gotta create like a lineup or something.
Oh yeah. Oh, can we? Oh, I want to do that so bad. I got
That's
some
gonna be fun.
Mets. The wheel of the Mets doom.
I talked about this one. Chargers gonna punt. Yeah, so that's the wheel of the Giants O-line. That's the wheel of the Giants O-line. And DJ's the crook that's $160 million from the Giants.
He's stolen more than me.
So he's to the right in this one, hamburger.
Yep, that's right.
But we're almost at the top of the hour, so before we go into the next game, we'll briefly just go into this. We are brought to you by SeatGeek, folks. So if you guys are going to a concert, a ball game of some sort, share it out to your friends. Also, parking passes that works for as well. $20 off your entire ticket order with the promo code Big Blue in the Bronx on SeatGeek. So let's get it back into the 3-man box. Wheel of Mets rotation.
Oh my god, I
That's a good
gotta
one.
do that one.
That's honestly a good one.
That's a good one.
Jets O-line needs fat bastard from Austin Powers.
Yeah, you could have put him on there.
I have to watch the post-game presser. I know he said a lot of different things, but
hey, he essentially said there's no style points for winning, or I'm sorry, losing.
See, like I can get on board with that just if this team would actually, win. But do you guys want to go into your game first?
All right, so John, your opening thoughts on the game.
Yeah. Well, you know what? Let's just get right into it.
Where do you want to start? Offense, defense?
I actually wanted to start with the defense because
Sure.
I figure, you know what? They won. Let's start with the biggest positive that I could take out of this game. And by the way, before we start, Alex in the chat says, let's get to 15 likes, guys. Hit the like button up, comment, subscribe, help us out as best you can. But here comes the analysis part. So obviously, Jets with the victory yesterday, Luca. And I have to say, they really did attack the Eagles' strength here of running the football very well because, in terms of their running backs, because, one of the negatives was obviously not containing Jalen Hurts.
Right.
But
they placed the spy on him early, I will say.
Correct. Their running backs, though, only had a combined 14 carries of 33 yards. So
that's less than 3 yards per carry.
Yeah, no, that's excellent, man. Like especially from that dominant offensive line. I know Lane Johnson got hurt at right tackle. He's actually he has an ankle injury. I think he's supposed to miss some time, actually.
They said they actually got some positive news on that. I think he's
supposed to be good this week against the Dolphins.
Then I guess earlier reports were incorrect. But nevertheless, they really did a good job of stopping the run, in my opinion. The one issue I had with Jalen Hurts, they couldn't contain him really.
They couldn't tackle him. They had to be fair, they had chances to sack him. Mm-hmm. They got to him.
They got him.
They just couldn't bring him down.
Right. And you know what? I give some credit to Jalen Hurts on that because he's just freakishly strong, man. Not a lot of quarterbacks can just have the ability to stay upright. But, we talk about him as a runner as opposed to a passer, but that dude is freakishly strong. And I didn't realize that at first. But nevertheless, the Jets had a really tough time containing him on the ground. Yeah. But, at first, you see the first couple drives, they had that long drive, obviously, the Hurts touchdown, which got reviewed.
Slow.
But really flat start, like we've seen it all pretty much all season long. But then you see them start to pick it up. They held them to 14 points for a while, man. And I got to give them the credit here. I know the Eagles also had some errant throws, some drop passes.
Yeah, but we forced them.
And they forced them. And there's a few guys that, we forced 4 turnovers too, man. You had, obviously, the picks.
Tony Adams.
Adams. Quinnen Williams had a pick. You had it was at the end. It was Bryce Hall that had a pick too, and you had the forced fumble from Mosley, which good to see him in action and making an impact play. Because we talked about these impact plays, they need to keep making them. Mm-hmm. They need to win the turnover battles, and they won the turnover battle 4-0, which really was great to see. But on those 2 interceptions, one thing I wanted to note. Jermaine Johnson, man, did he get to the quarterback both times? On one of them, he had the hit.
He had hit Jalen Hurts' arm.
Hit Jalen Hurts' arm, and then it was actually it was actually after Hurts got the pass off where Jermaine Johnson pretty much knocked it out.
Yeah,
and it just fell right into the lap of Quinnen Williams, who I don't know. That might be a lucky interception for him, but. Good. That was just a heck of a play by Jermaine Johnson.
These are the interception plays, by the way, that Jermaine Johnson caused. Again, I don't think he even had a sack on the stat sheet, but again, if you watch the film, if you watch the game, he had impact plays. And it wasn't just in the passing game, it was in the running game as well.
He had also 3 passes defended.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, he was phenomenal, man. He was phenomenal. Did you want to take a look at that one, Luca?
Yeah, let me just get to the Jermaine Johnson forced interceptions because Twitter decided to quit on me again. I hate when this happens. I really do.
It happens every week now. It should just.
It does. It's I don't understand why it functions like that.
The wheel of Twitter quitting on Luca.
I hate it. All right, here we go. This is not. First of all, I want to credit so I don't get copyrighted or anything. I don't think we do anyway. Credit to Jet X Factor, Michael Nadia for posting these clips. Not 1, but 2 assisted interceptions for Jermaine Johnson. First play at the speed which he diagnoses the screen is incredible. Sniffs it out, starts running over before the lineman show any hints. Darts past 3 linemen, punches the ball out. Second play is a cross chop with a hump to hit the quarterback, Jalen Hurts, as he will hit the right arm. But this is the first interception. This was off the hands of Dallas Goedert. Jermaine Johnson is right here in the middle. Jets are prepared to show a blitz. I believe Mosley and Quincy are going to drop back into coverage.
But watch Johnson here. Watch him on the right side.
They send a couple.
First off, good awareness there. Not even to just a quick reaction there. Watch him again. He's going to be a quick pass. We'll show it again.
Great
faked
read
it.
of the screen.
Yeah, you read that beautifully, and then it literally fell in the lap of Quinnen Williams. I didn't even know that Quinnen had it until he started running. I'm like, oh
I
damn.
thought it was dropped. I actually thought it was dropped.
Yeah,
And
no,
then,
it really didn't look like a pick, and then you just see Williams running. I'm like, oh crap, like he got that. Like keep going, go 95. Like
yeah.
so, kudos to Jermaine Johnson on that one. Then you see this time he's lined up on the left side, and Luka, if you'd like to play it.
Yeah, I also want to mention, like, obviously me and Chris talked about this endlessly. We talked about it during the Chiefs game. We talked about it during the Eagles game. We talked about how turnovers are so crucial for a defense, and they did plenty. Obviously, this week against the Eagles, and the one thing they lacked down their stretch last season, the Jets, was turnovers. The Jets right now, I believe, tied second in turnovers and takeaways. So
Yeah.
here we go. We have Jermaine Johnson on the right tackle. Tight end is here. This is actually Dallas Goedert. We've got Huff, Quinnen Williams, John Franklin Myers, who also had a very good game. Then hits the arm, and it's popped up as an interception to Bryce Hall.
Do that again, please, because that was like a little.
Sure. Is it a little too fast, or?
Oh, it didn't play at first, and then it just sped up.
Okay. Again, on the tight end, Johnson gets right around Driscoll. Hits the arm.
He just throws his blocker away like nothing. So strong.
You'll see that one more time. It's the great element of his speed and his power.
Just watch the right arm there. Just able to
he spun him.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
Like the minute I knew that ball was going up in the air,
it was a wobbler. Yeah,
it was the minute I knew, I'm like, somebody's going to pick this off. And we ended up bringing Bryce Hall.
And again, he had a great game this game. He had a great game last week against the Broncos, man. I mean, we talked about him being a real impact player this year, and the Jets are giving him more snaps, and he's produced, man. So, shout out to Jermaine Johnson for that. Disgruntled says, called it on the Jets. Well, thank you, man, because me and Luca are celebrating our victory Monday, and Alex is as well. As Jacob says, Luca, where are you near the broadcaster's booth?
We were much further down. Like when you walk in the press box, you'll see like obviously the different sections. When you get into like the broadcast booths and whatnot, that's all the way down. Like you just got to keep walking. Like the first broadcast booth you see on your left side, they obviously have the signs, is Westwood 1. Then it's I'm assuming Jets and Eagles and road team, whatever. But the first, obviously, it's the booths for the press and all that. Then it's the announcers.
Right.
So just to get into more of the Jermaine Johnson impact plays, let me just pull this up again. Just want to make sure. Scrolling this down. There's a lot of defensive plays here. So we're going to start out with this dominant bull rush on Jordan Mailata by Jermaine Johnson. Once again, credit Michael Nania. Dominant bull rush by Jermaine Johnson while Huff beats Mailata inside the opposite edge. I don't think any quarterback besides Hurts stays up here. It's just insane that he doesn't go down on this. That's close to a third down safety potentially. So we're going to have Huff on the left side. Right on Mailata is our buddy Nania mentioned. Jets look like they're going to blitz. I'll tell you this, John. I'll give the Jets credit here. They blitzed a lot more.
They did. They showed a lot more pressure yesterday, and they adjusted, man. They realized they didn't have the man coverage corners that they usually have, and they adjusted. So I give Salah a lot of credit for that. I give Ulbrich a lot of credit for that. And you're hearing it first. I'm giving Salah his credit.
Yeah, we'll definitely talk about that. But yeah, so we've got C.J. Mosley, the linebackers, Quinnen Williams, Quincy Williams, John Franklin Myers again had a very good game. There's a stat that I'll reveal in a little bit. Jermaine Johnson and Bryce Huff. We'll get to Huff in a little bit, but let's watch Jermaine Johnson and Bryce Huff converge.
Oh, my God. Yeah, this is one of the plays where I'm like, how did we not get him down, man?
It ends up being a pass deflection on Bryce Hall, who had I'd say a nice game. But watch again. It's all going to start on the right side with Driscoll and Jermaine Johnson just powering him back. Bryce Huff would do the same thing.
And this Eagles offensive line is probably a top 2 unit in the league. They have a lot of good continuity. So the fact that Johnson was able to do this to some of the tackles,
even without Lane Johnson.
Yeah, I did want to. I know we mentioned Lane Johnson. Obviously, he was out.
Again, it's like they pushed the lineman inwards,
Yeah,
but the linemen were like still kind of inadvertently blocking Jalen Hurts.
right.
Like
No,
Hurts
you're
was
right.
able to somewhat escape, but great pressure there from both sides. We're gonna watch that again. Johnson and Driscoll, Mulata with Huff. Huff does a little like kind of swim move, a stutter step, but Hurts throws this away, but it is end up being deflected.
Hmm.
So there's that. But here's Jermaine Johnson in the run game. He is not one of those people. He's not one of those players that is just like, oh, let's put him only in passing down. By the way, Bryce Huff has been better in the run game. We'll talk about that in a second.
Yeah, we'll get to Bryce Huff.
Johnson wins so cleanly and quickly in that pulling. Kelsey has to stop him picking up a gift instead of getting outside. That leaves Tony Adams for the negative 2-yard loss. So Jermaine Johnson, he's on the left side against Mulata. It is Quinnen Williams. I believe in the middle here is Al Woods. They're set for a rundown. John Franklin Myers setting the edge. So they're going to give this to DeAndre Swift. You see how quickly Jermaine Johnson converges and reads this play really quickly, which forces Kelsey to like get over there quick. I'm going to pull this back a little bit. It's like he almost got there quickly before Kelsey did, but his setting the edge there sets up Tony Adams because obviously with Kelsey being there, Kelsey's supposed to set the edge. He's supposed to be the leading blocker. He's now concerned about Jermaine Johnson, which leads Tony Adams to pursue, and he makes a great tackle.
Right. No, and you know what? I said this. I really out of when he was in college in his first year here, I really liked his arsenal of pass rush moves, but I think his IQ has definitely risen in his second year here. So really, it's like watching the growth of Jermaine Johnson is really becoming special, and I think he's going to be a special player.
Oh, I think he will be. I don't know how many snaps he got yesterday, Alex.
I don't have the snap count.
I can pull it up.
Yeah, it's Rich Samini usually posts it.
Mm-hmm.
We're just gonna watch this one more time. Obviously, Johnson on the edge one more time, just gets right past the offensive line. He's a great combo of speed and power.
Mm-hmm.
Again, power with the moves, speed with the moves.
Johnson snaps.
Jermaine Johnson snaps.
71%.
Good.
Keep him at 70, maybe even 80. But again, I know obviously this is, that is how the Jets do things. But another guy, if we're done talking about the Jermaine Johnson thing, can we talk about Bryce Huff and how much he very much needs to be extended by the Jets?
So I had some stuff on Bryce Huff here. Obviously, another great game for him. Finished with 1.5 sacks, which led the Jets yesterday. 2 quarterback hits, also a tackle for a loss. Luca, I found this stat. I sent it to you early this morning. Since 2022, amongst qualified pressure rate leaders, who's number one? Bryce Huff. And just remember, elite guys like Nick Bosa and, TJ Watt and all these other boys out there, they're not getting rotational pass rushing snaps. These guys are almost every down players.
Every down lineman.
Just because they're studs, not to say that Huff hasn't been one.
I do have a stat on Huff if John didn't already say it.
Yeah, it's the pressure rate he's had since 2022, 25.7%, which is just phenomenal. I mean,
I got stuff from this year alone. He's 55th in pass rush snaps. He's 3rd in pressures, and he's 1st in pass rush win rate.
55th in pass rush snaps, but yet
that's
3rd.
incredible.
But yet 3rd in pressure. What would you say? Pressure rates or pressure?
Yeah, pressure rate. Jermaine Johnson was someone I wanted for the Giants pre-draft. If we couldn't get Kayvon pre-draft, he was known to be very good at setting the edge, solid in the run, and good pass rush moves. Yeah, I mean,
yeah, Max, you said I don't mean to cut you off, Alex. The one thing I really loved about Jermaine Johnson, his arsenal of pass rush moves, is just A+ quality.
Yeah, and there's 2 things. Number one, I kind of wish that. I know Kayvon has 4 sacks on the year, but I wish he had the Jermaine Johnson impact on the Giants that Jermaine Johnson has on the Jets. And, I know we crap on Joe Douglas a lot, but, that
trading up for that pick.
Trading up
was
for
that was
Jermaine
a
Johnson.
great move for Douglas.
Only knock was age pre-draft. That didn't put me off. I was okay with trading down if there was no Kayvon or Sauce. Yeah, no, listen, I love Johnson in the pre-draft process. The fact that he fell to where he did
it was questionable. Criminal. I was like, how could he fall this far? But let's see. John mentioned the stat. Obviously, the pressure rate since 2022. He's ahead of guys. Rashawn Gary, Micah Parsons, who is probably the best NFL defensive player you could think of.
Yeah.
The best young one, at least. Brandon Graham, He's also ahead of Myles Garrett, who's obviously one of the best pass rushers. Again, all really good to great pass rushers he's ahead of, and it's amazing. In the last 3 weeks, Bryce Huff, 23 pressures, 35.4% pressure rate with 3 sacks.
Right.
As Alex said, he's third in the NFL with 34 pressures.
No, and again, Huff showed a lot of speed yesterday. I know you have some of the film that we'll definitely get to with Bryce Huff, but can we extend him?
Yeah.
Like, I know Carl Lawson makes a lot of money on this team, but can we just let's just trade contracts at this point?
Hey, listen, we'll talk about trades in a little bit too.
Right. Yeah.
But, here's a hint. I do think the Jets need to be buyers. That's my honest opinion.
Okay.
But they can be buyers and sellers. But anyways, another big guy for the Eagles game, Bryce Huff, 27 pass rush snaps, 8 total pressures, 1.5 sacks, and 29.7 pass rush rate, which is amazing.
Mhm.
But the biggest growth that Bryce Huff has had is in the running game. Now, everybody was saying last year, Bryce Huff is too small to be playing a lot of downs because he's bad against the run, too small against the run, all this different stuff. He's improved in that area. So Bryce Huff set a new high in snaps this week for the 3rd straight week as he shot up to 50%, half of the snaps defensively.
Can we get him more? Let's keep giving him more.
Yeah.
More.
And more and more and more. Why? He's earned the Jets' trust in the run game. Here, Huff will beat Driscoll to stuff the run a gain of 1 yard. But the Eagles average 3.9 yards per carry with Huff on the field, including 2.9 if you count scrambles. If you cannot scramble, should I say. But we're going to watch Huff. He's lined up here against Driscoll with the tight end. Is that Jack Stoll, right?
Yeah.
Number 89. It's not Dallas.
No, wait. No. Goddard's 88.
Yeah, I know. So we're going to watch the run. You got, I believe this is Carl Lawson on the edge, Solomon Thomas and Al Woods. We're anticipating rundown. Jets ran a lot of 3 safety sets. That's why you see Whitehead and Ashton Davis. There's probably a safety high, that being Amos or Tony Adams. So we're going to watch Bryce Huff, number 47. I know it's a small run stop, but it's an improvement. He gets inside of the defender, uses his I should say the blocker, his inside shoulder. And he just converges, leading to the run stop.
Pretty good stuff. Good to see him improve in that department yesterday.
Yeah, one more time. Goes power, inside shoulder. Good work. And it's a good read, obviously, by Huff to have that. But one of my main concerns coming into this game was the run defense, but the Jets they struggled in the pass defense a little bit, obviously, but with the zones and stuff, but that was expected. But just the way they were stopped the run was really good. You made the Eagles effectively one-dimensional. That really helped.
Right.
But let me also mention this on the final play of the Eagles' final possession, they had Bryce Huff to drop as a spy, which is interesting.
Mm-hmm. No, yeah, and personally, I would have liked a guy maybe like Quincy Williams or maybe even an Adams out there. But again, I guess they wanted someone bigger and stronger that could bring him down, or at least attempt to. Because like we saw earlier, Hurts just somehow. We like we said, we got to him plenty, but Hurts just is able to keep upright and move a lot to the right and move a lot to the left and just not go down. So. Nevertheless, we did have to make that adjustment at some point.
Yeah.
And Luca, we're gonna move. I guess do you have any more film on Huff, or can we move on to the?
Not so much Huff, but it's Quinnen Williams and Quincy Williams.
Okay. Well, I did want to get to one. All right. We'll go to them, and then we'll go to the secondary.
Okay.
With which brother do you want to start with?
Well, there is some Quinnen film that I like to look at. Again,
okay.
There is there's a debate among Jet fans, right? Obviously, he earned the $24 million, well deserved, all that. But there are some Jet fans out there that are concerned, and they're like, "Well, where's the sacks coming from? Let's do a stick."
Well, I'll say this, and Alex was nice enough to look this up for me right before the show because I did see this in a tweet. But Quinnen Williams tied for the second most highest pressure rate amongst defensive tackles. I can
give you the graphic actually.
Okay, if you want to show that, go ahead. But still. He's still being disruptive. Plus, he got an interception yesterday. So it's not like he's not making an impact.
Right.
His impact is still worth it right now.
Let's see. I can pull it up. Yep. right, and just give me one more second. Pull it up, and here we go. It's going to upload.
Yeah, no. I mean, this
Oh,
is another
why is it saying 2022? Morons. Next gen stats, morons. Anyway, let me get the tweet from Nania. Let me get the tweet from Nania, and then we'll pull it up. My bad on that one.
Great job on next gen. A+.
They're supposed to be next generation.
Yeah, next generation, my ass.
I think they were a little slow on that one.
Yep. Here we go.
See, Quinnen Williams is tied with Jeffrey Simmons for second amongst defensive tackles and pressures with 25. He's averaging 4.2 pressures per game, up from 3.3 last year. His 13.5 pressure rate is also up from last year's 12.4%. So it's not like he's not making an impact just because the sacks haven't been there. He's still very disruptive in the run game. He's still getting to the quarterback, helping his other teammates get sacks. So for anyone that says that Quinnen is not doing his job, I completely disagree 100%, man. He is still very noticeable when I watch him on my television screen.
Yeah, you got to watch the film. You got to watch because even we even said it when we did our predictions, right? We could see Quinn Williams take a step back with the sacks, but it doesn't, really drag down his impact on the games because, you have a multitude of pass rushers, Jermaine Johnson, Will McDonald, all these different guys that you can rotate. But to get into some more Quinn Williams film, again, his impact is seen on the film. That's why we have great guys like Michael Nani and all that. Is it a concern? Yeah, we should see the sacks go up eventually. But once Jermaine guys like Jermaine Johnson and Bryce Huff, their sack numbers continue to increase, they're going to be probably playing more of an emphasis on them than in Quinn Williams. Like there was one snap yesterday, Quinn Williams was triple teamed, not double teamed, triple teamed.
Yeah.
So just gonna.
He's been facing that all year long too.
All right. 1st and 10, 2 plays before the Hurts interception to Adams. Massive play from Quinnen, crosses the right guard's face and comes all the way across the line to stop this run for a yard. If he loses the rep, it's probably a first down, huge hold. This stop is all key. It could have ended the game effectively. So Quinnen is right here. He's lined up between the right guard and the right tackle. Al Woods to his right. I believe it's Carl Lawson on the left side, Jermaine Johnson on the right. So we get a first down play. And just runs right up the gut. He's going to run right across his face as Michael gave us.
Yeah, it's just if you're one-on-one with him, good luck, man. Good luck to you because he's just so strong and athletic where he could literally tackle you with one arm. I've seen him do it plenty before, but
definitely.
It's like he's just too strong for a lot of these guards and a lot of these centers, man.
Again, we're going to watch this one more time. We'll move to another Quinnen play. Pushes in. And it looks like that not the right guard was completely off balance, but Quinnen Williams wasn't pushing middle. He was pushing to his right side, and that's where the right guard kind of fell back a little bit, leading Quinnen to get inside for the run stop. So moving on, this is another play by Quinnen Williams. We'll pull it up. On the first down of the Eagles' final drive, give credit to Quincy for pressuring Hurts to an errant throw. He beats Landon Dickerson, who's probably one of the best left guards in the NFL.
He's been excellent for a while, but we'll watch it here.
We have Lawson, Quinnen Williams.
Twitter
again, strikes again.
I'm going to send a report to Twitter saying, do your job. Bryce Huff, Quentin Jefferson, he had a sack yesterday. He's very underrated on the Jets D-line, may I say. Quinn Williams, Carl Lawson, Quincy Williams, C.J. Mosley. He's going to rush right up here to Dickerson.
Gives up his outside shoulder.
And it looks like, to be honest, it looks like it's just like clockwork. It's like it looks so effortless. That's what I want to say.
Yeah, well, good use of the hands with the leverage there. You see him get him up high, get Dickerson to react, and then he just blows right by him.
Gonna watch this one more time.
Watch the hands here. Watch it. Gets
Push
him up.
Back, inside. Or I should say outside. Alex mentioned the outside shoulder. Get one more time. Pushes back, outside shoulder, inside. There you go. That is Quinn Williams' impact on the film. So I mean, you want to move to the secondary? You want to move to Quincy Williams, who had another
Let's
terrific game.
let's say Quincy. Here's something with Quincy Williams. We'll go to him because I know you got some film. He led the team with 60 tackles on the season. All right, he's had 2 sacks this year, and you know what? What me and Luca really concerned coming into this year, the speed at linebacker for coverage. Well, I'd argue that Quincy Williams has at least been a top 10 linebacker, inside linebacker this year. Whether it's the game against the Chiefs, he was incredible. Yesterday, he's incredible. I mean, he was making tackles for losses in the backfield again. I mean, he's just so impactful. And you know what? Me and Luke were both wrong on him because we didn't think he'd be this good. We were talking about finding some new linebackers in the offseason, but he's someone I definitely want going forward, man. I mean, that is a
I mean, he's on a bargain contract. They just signed him to a 3-year, $15 million deal. That's $5 million per.
Yeah,
and
that's
he's
a great,
playing essentially like a Pro Bowl linebacker. I mean,
I'd argue he's been our best defensive player.
Yeah, he's definitely. I'll say this: he's definitely the most consistent.
I'd even say he's been our team MVP.
You could argue that. You honestly could. It's just like he can do a lot of things.
He can. He's so versatile. And we got an A-bomb from Armin per Adam Scheffner. Colts owner Jim Irsay says Anthony Richardson probably going to miss the rest of the season and could undergo shoulder surgery in the next week or so. That's tough. That is very tough. Anthony Richardson, a lot of talent, but unfortunately, he's going to miss some valuable time in his rookie season. And we have Max with some more comments that Alex you want to get to.
Yeah, sure. So he was talking about Jermaine Johnson a little bit and also crossing it over the Quinn's performance into Dexter Lawrence. Surprised me pre-draft. He was talking about being a top 10 pick, but because of the combine, he was considered a top 15 player. But yeah, the Jets, that draft got 2 players that really wanted. I have a good eye for edge and corners because I wanted Sauce and Banks, which is why I was hyped when the Giants got him. He's talking about, he was responding to another comment, Almighty's 5 starters that are currently on a bye week. So rip to Almighty on that one. I think Dexy is doing well on that, and he's been getting double teamed like crazy. Differences, our pass rushers aren't getting home, but Okereke had a nice performance last night, and Bobby O played solid versus the Dolphins. Poor kid. Hope Anthony Richardson gets better soon.
So,
and I'll save the fantasy question for the intermission between offense and defense.
Yeah, I was talking about Quincy Williams. I couldn't be more wrong. I could not be more wrong. This guy is so rangy. He could play in coverage. He could stop the run. He's now an every down linebacker. He's an every down linebacker now, which I'm so proud of. Bargain contract, $5 million over the next 3 years. Well, AAV, I should say. No, I should say over the next 3 years. You make him chump change, but $5 million AAV. Let's watch this play. This is on the final Eagles drive final possession. We're gonna watch Quincy make a tackle, and he just buries the receiver. Here we go. Great read. Gets down there quick.
Yep. Oh, he covers so much ground, like you don't even realize it.
And you'll see.
Watch where he is. I want everyone to watch where he is, and then watch how much ground he covers so quickly.
I'll have my cursor on him. This is 56 Quincy Williams. He's out to the yard. He's out to the line to gain.
Yeah, exactly. That is just beautiful. That's just elite speed right there.
Again, I'll have my cursor on him. Backs up. Zone. Right there.
My God.
And the Jets.
I have to say, he does not miss many tackles.
Not as much as he used to.
Yeah, he's really improved on that because, we still got some clowns out there that like to go for the big hits, cough, cough, Whitehead. But
yeah. But what was I going to say? The Jets praised Quincy Williams as a Pro Bowl linebacker, but they did last season. I'm like, okay, show it to me because I thought he was really. I don't think he was that good in 2021. He showed a little bit of progress in 2022, but I wasn't really keen on re-signing him. But he's been proving me wrong ever since.
Right.
Let's see. Let's see what we also got. I do have the Tony Adams interception, by the way. I just want to play that.
Right.
But I'm just going to ask a general curious question. Why did the Eagles really think of passing it on 3rd down?
On which play? On
I'm
that
talking about on this play because the Jets had
on
no
the
timeouts. Like, why would they pass it? In my opinion, unless Jalen Hurts takes a sack, they could
well,
just.
they probably didn't want to take the sack, and
Well, I
they
mean, you that actually is better if you take the sack because you
yeah,
run down as
well,
much time,
that's true.
and you have to trust Doodle Zach in long field situations.
Yeah, that's. Although I will say this, maybe they know Zach is actually. I'd say across the NFL, he's one of the better quarterbacks at the 2-minute offense. I do give him like
Yeah, because he doesn't have to think much.
he
To be
doesn't
fair.
have to think, and when he's just in a rhythm, he just goes, man. He just go go go, and I'm like, okay, like so maybe they saw that. That's the only thing I could think of, but nevertheless, maybe it was a questionable decision to throw there, even though
Yeah.
it was a passing. It was 3rd and 9, so.
All right, so we're going to look at our alignments. We have up at the top, this is A.J. Brown versus Bryce Hall. We have Dallas Goedert, who is going to be the intended receiver. We have, I believe this is Olamide Zaccheaus, and this is Devontae Smith at the bottom against
He had
Tay
a couple
Hayes.
of bad drops.
Yeah,
Smith,
he did.
he had one wide open in the middle of the field. I was like, how did he drop that? He was on my fantasy team, but I didn't really care. Tay Hayes, who nobody has heard of prior to this game. You have Craig James in the slot.
When you're ready, I have coverage stats.
Okay, I think we'll do that after this, but let's just watch the interception. Tony Adams had a great read on this, but this was also a bad throw by Jalen Hurts first in double coverage. We got the safety up top. This is Whitehead, I believe. So here we go. This is Adams in the white little sleeves. Jumps the route.
It's the biggest play Tony Adams has made all year.
In his entire
It crapped out again, didn't
in his entire career, John. To be fair.
no. Best play of his career so far. He just that's beautiful read right there. That was actually, I'd say that's probably the worst interception of the day from Hurts, just because it was kind of double coverage, and he kind of stares down the receiver here. Watch if you really take a look at Hurts,
middle,
like,
and then now looks left.
never looks.
Yeah,
never.
Like that was his like only I can't say unforced error, but like that was, I guess, the only interception that was his fault because he throws to Goddard, it's deflected, and then his arm is hit as he throws, and that's intercepted by Bryce Hall. But this one's genuinely his fault.
My reaction to the interception when I was in the press box was like, "Oh my god!" Like me and Chris obviously looked at each other like, "Did that just happen?" But great play by Tony Adams. I think he's getting better by the day. He just has to work on his tackling because I think that's obviously questionable at sometimes, his angles. But yeah, can't say much more great things about the defense. Obviously, they had the rough 2 possessions where they gave up the touchdown drives. That's still a concern. Obviously, they could fix that over the bye week, see what's not working. They have a lot of time to evaluate the film. But I thought they contained Jalen Hurts for the most part. He did have his stretch runs a little bit. Again, you got to bring him down, which was big question, big thing for the Jets. But what can you really say bad about a defense that causes 4 turnovers? And you know what's funny? Brian Costello of the New York Post wrote an article prior to that game. A look at the Jets' overrated defense or something like that.
Yeah, you know what, Alex? I'll let you do the honors. I think you know what sound effect to play on that one.
Yep.
And I saw.
Good.
Listen, no defense is perfect, but they got to fix up these little hiccups in the first quarter.
I wouldn't say they're the best defensively, but they're definitely they're definitely a top.
When they make the turnovers, when they do the takeaways, they're definitely top unit.
Yeah, no question. And remember, coming into this game, we basically had no secondary.
Alex, coverage stats, by the way. John just highlighted the secondary.
Craig James, 2 targets,
I love this.
1 pass deflection.
41 pass snaps, too. He was out there.
And Craig James is a former Eagle.
He's a practice squad. He was a practice squad player.
Yep.
Can this dude stay on the roster? That way he played great. You have Devontae Smith and I know A.J. Brown had a pretty good day, but Devontae Smith was out of sorts. I mean, it wasn't too much from Goddard.
Nothing from Zaccheaus either.
Zaccheaus really wasn't a factor. How could you be mad? And that's just that's what you want out of your depth, man.
Yeah.
Able to just step in and just play solid football, and that's what they did. That's what he did. But Alex, if you got other coverage stats, go ahead.
Yeah. Tay Hayes, 3 targets, 3 catches, 54 yards.
Tay
Obviously,
Hayes.
there was a size mismatch.
Yeah.
He was going mostly up against AJ Brown, which is good for my fantasy team. But Bryce Hall, 8 targets, 4 catches, 69 yards, and an interception. I'm gonna actually calculate the passer rating on that because they didn't give that. Let's see. And then finally, Michael Carter, the second, 7 targets, 5 catches, 27 yards.
He had a rough start to begin with because he had the illegal contact penalty, and I think he missed a tackle early. But I think he got better during the game. Not really.
Yeah. And while Alex is at, and the last, like, the final defensive thoughts I had, trying to think pretty much. We also had issues with getting off the field on third down to start.
Yeah,
that's 7 of 14 on third down. So still a bit of.
I think the
did Bryce Hall give up any touchdowns?
No.
Okay, so the passer rating at a 40.1.
Yeah, no, he was actually like, I give Paul some credit because this is the guy I wanted.
Said he should be off the roster.
I wanted him off the roster in preseason, but he kicked ass. But
the thing, can I say one thing real quick, John? You talked about third down. The issue of mobile quarterbacks and third down are like go hand in hand. That's the problem. They give them a little too much time in the pocket, but if we get there on third down and make the tackles behind the line of scrimmage, it's then third down defense will get instantly better.
Right. And the one thing I'll also say, I thought the time possession stats were a little worse for the defense, but it actually wasn't that bad because the second half, the Jets pretty much, did a lot better.
They were nearly equal.
They were actually nearly equal, which actually shocked me because remember the Eagles had what was that, a 9-minute drive?
10-minute drive, I think.
10-minute drive on that first drive. And Almighty, it was confusing as hell to me because Fox did a terrible job.
I was there.
You got to see replay.
No, really?
Fox did a terrible job of showing us the replay, man.
No, you're absolutely right because we actually had the Fox screens in the press box, right by us. So obviously, I get where John's coming from. But what was I going to say? The touchdown was no good. Obviously, they didn't score. So they obviously said that Zacchaeus recovered the fumble. You're not supposed to. Only the player who fumbled is supposed to recover on fourth down. But I don't think even Scott Novak went to the tablet to look at. I don't know if he did or didn't.
I thought they reviewed it, but I thought it was already over.
Yeah, I thought it was over too.
Usually that's done. I believe challenges are the only time they look at the tablet, and then reviews, like scoring reviews, that comes from upstairs.
Yeah,
it does come from upstairs. He's right on that.
The touchdown call didn't make any sense. I have to see another replay because it wasn't conclusive evidence. It has to be inconclusive evidence to. It has to be enough conclusive evidence to overturn the call, and I don't think there was any. I'd have to look at the replay again.
I don't know, but I was very confusing, Almighty. And Armin with our update says Cowboys field goal good, and they lead 10-7 at halftime. So Sunil might be doing a little celebration, although I don't know if he's still for the tank. Don't know.
Yeah,
Disgruntled says, "Believe in the root juice, fellas." Okay. And Danny Duds, wow, himself entering the chat saying Daniel Jones still stinks.
Yeah, he's not very
good. Out of the box thinking, the Jets to do a 2-minute offense in the first drive to help Zach get Zach in rhythm against the Giants. I love that idea, actually. You want to get his confidence up there, whether he gets the ball first or not. Hell, do it, man. He's very comfortable with it.
There's going to be a ton of blitzes, so I mean that's the.
Alex, did you say you were going to do something between the defense and offense?
Well, I was going to say because Almighty had a question. I thought forward progress was stopped with the whistle. Especially last night because Bobby O deserved that win. Man was playing like a madman. They threw because they probably wanted to trust their franchise QB. Yeah, true. And then John, fancy question. I have 5 stars on a bye. What do I do?
I think I have a couple starters on a bye too.
Well, I mean, he has 5 though.
You're gonna have to show me who you have on a bye and who's available.
Yeah, you probably might have to list them.
Yeah, if you're in a league where there's like 6 or 8 teams, then you could get quality starters. Jalen Hurts is trash,
and also work out some trades.
Yeah,
work out some trades.
It's funny that 2 former Oklahoma quarterbacks really struggled this weekend: Caleb Williams and Jalen Hurts. I just made that connection.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to make a trade? Well, I mean, it depends.
You can
like,
obviously request a
unless you wait. What?
I want my I know it's only $6, but I want my props.
There you go.
I know it's only $6, but you got to start rebuilding and start.
There you go, Armin.
Armin is sitting.
He's our A-bomb, Armin bomb, and he's our promoter. I like Armin.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes,
I think
sir.
Pollard is doing well right now. I'm not too sure about that though.
I'll give you the
But,
numbers. Pollard he's not even the leading rusher actually. Pollard, it's Dak. Dak has 4 carries for 33, 8 yards a carry, and Pollard is 8 for 20. That's 2.5 yards a carry.
But you guys wanted to cross into. Looks like the damn Phillies will make the World Series again. Yeah, I said World Series rematch, and John did too.
But the Rangers are up 2-0. That's also
No, they won 2-1, but there's a line brawl at the end of the game, so it's very.
I was talking about the Texas Rangers.
Oh, sorry, wrong Rangers. Sorry, had the wrong
So I
Rangers.
I almost said Riley Ridley because that was a player in the league a couple years ago.
Riley Cooper. Oh my God.
No. I'm not talking about Riley Cooper. I'm talking about Riley Ridley.
Oh, okay. I saw Riley and I said Cooper. I saw Cooper, so I'm like Riley. Should I trade
receivers?
Should I trade Ridley for Cooper? Amari Cooper had a really good day.
Who does he play? Like, get a look at his opponents too.
Yeah,
because the Browns, I think, already had their bye.
The only issue is Cooper. Remember, he doesn't have Deshaun Watson.
He has Phillip Walker.
So,
Amari Cooper. Rangers
he is though. You know what? That's a trade I actually would probably do though. He is. Ridley's very inconsistent.
My new job sponsors the Rangers and the Dallas Cowboys, but they pay well, so I had to take them. Am I Judas? Hey, listen, bank is bank, money's money.
Yeah.
So that's what has to happen, right? But if you guys want to cross into the offense, that
yeah,
necessarily do so.
Obviously, me and John listed ourselves as cautiously optimistic. Obviously, 3-3 at the bye, but we do have a lot of things to work on. And the offense, I can't say it enough, is the unit that is holding this team back at the moment. They can get better. They can get better. But to me, John, in my opinion, it all starts and ends on offense with the quarterback play and the play calling. I still think the play and calling is very suspect because there would be drives where the the Jets would move down the field, big first down after a big pass. They still wouldn't attack. They would just run first down.
No. And you want to talk about play calling?
I apologize for intercepting here. Can I show you guys a meme?
Oh, Jesus.
No memes. Come on.
It has nothing to do with Zach Wilson.
Oh, okay, fine. I was done with the Zach Wilson memes, but go ahead. Show us the meme.
Let's put this on the board. All right, so you guys, here we go. No, not that one. Okay. The caption of this meme is, and you may have seen it already, but I want to play it for our fans. The caption of the meme is Jalen Hurts without Lane Johnson. Ready?
That's a good one.
Where's the part that he throws the interceptions, though, to be fair?
True. What can I get in return for Pollard?
It's gonna have to hold up.
Only team I hate more than the Phillies, the Eagles. It's a bad time for New York fans. Yeah, mostly poetic.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But what was I going to say though? If you guys want to dip into,
moving into the offense, John, I said this last week. What would you rate the Zach Wilson performance? Honestly, you don't have to be super negative. Like an honest evaluation,
like a C+.
Positive. Okay, C+. Positives, negatives, 1 to 10 scale because I gave you that last week.
The one this week, I'd say the same thing, like a 5,
5.5. That's what we said, right?
Yeah, last week. Go ahead.
I'm going to go down to a 5. I thought he actually played worse than last week, in my opinion. I thought, how Jets Press described it, that he didn't make any key throws, but he didn't make any stupid mistakes. but I also think he still has a problem with processing and the progressions. We're going to go into that, but I still like there's people like, oh, Zach Wilson's improving this, and this. Like, I'm sorry. Like, I'm not going to be Mr. Negative, but I'm going to be Mr. Realist. I don't think he's improving. I still like Armin said it perfectly, talking about the 2-minute offense. Like, the last 4 minutes of the second quarter, he was like whipping the ball out. Like, he was barely thinking. He's like whipping the ball out, like 1, 2, 3. Throw 1, 2, throw. Like, he was going through his progressions much faster. He was thinking less, but there are still times where he's missing open receivers. Again, I'm not expecting him to be a perfect quarterback. I want this offense to at least be NFL worthy. They're still not NFL worthy. That goes back to play calling and quarterback play. But Zach Wilson still has trouble sticking onto his reads. And I saw a lot of that from the press box. And I still think it's concerning. Can he get improved? Can he improve off of that? Yes, but it's still a problem.
Yeah, and some of the stuff I had on Zach Wilson, it's the same as last week in my opinion. I mean, you could argue he played better or worse, but I still think it was like the same ballpark at least. He didn't win the game for him really, but he didn't have the costly turnover that lost him the game. Which I guess if you're what happened?
So, which he almost did last week.
No, he almost did, but. He like Armin puts it best. Zach was meh. That's the word I have for him. Meh.
Yeah, and, you didn't come away impressed. You didn't come away like scared. Like, oh my god, it was like, eh.
And so some of the stuff I had on him that I noticed throughout the game. First off, some of the missed throws were not the best, and one thing that we haven't really talked about is. It's not the talent of his touch or his velocity on the ball, but I have a thing where he really struggles to know when to like throw it really hard or have a soft
it's a matter of when. It's inconsistent. That's the
problem. he just there's like a few times where Garrett Wilson's running an out route and he'll just it should be a fastball there, which he can do, but the fact that there was a time where he did a soft lob to him, and it was just like it hit the ground. I'm like, what? I don't know why he did that. And then there was another pass. I can't remember the receiver. He threw a really quick ball, but it was just behind the receiver, and it was like.
Listen, we're gonna get into We're gonna get into some of his bad throws, but there's also one play I just want to. I talked about the last 4 minutes of the second half. I'm sorry, the first half. But this passes to Breece Hall. Obviously, you're just going to see the pass right now that's caught by Breece Hall. He would get a first down out of this. But they're going to show a replay of they're going to show a replay of behind the offense. You're going to see Zach's head turn, like 1, 2, 3, or whatever, how many reads he progresses through. So Hall's going to get the first down here. That's all fine and well.
All right.
Here's Zach. We got the alignment here. Just going to back this up a bit. We have the two tight ends set. We have Conklin to the left. Irvin Charles? Irvin Charles got a lot of offensive snaps, more than I thought yesterday. It's not a terrible thing, but I just find that interesting.
Well, we'll get into it when we get into the coaching.
Get into the personnel. That's a whole different issue. You got Uzama to the right side. I think he's going to be under max protect to help out Max Mitchell, but we'll see. Watch Zach Wilson's eyes. Back, looks left, middle. You see how quick it was? It was like left, middle, all in the snap of a finger.
Yep.
Shouts to Mike Rock in the comments.
What's up, Mike?
Says he lost big money this weekend when the Jets beat the Eagles and the Browns beat the Niners.
Ooh, yeah.
Happy about the Notre Dame beat down at USC.
So you're going to see he looks towards the left side of the field, and then he's going to look towards the middle real quick. It's just, whoosh, it's all quick. Again, when things like, he's doing the 2-minute offense, like the last 4 minutes, it's just the quicker reads for him.
Maybe, I'm being nitpicky here, but I'm going to draw this back. Oh, I didn't realize you took it off the screen.
Go right ahead.
I don't want to be couch QB, but maybe he just waits a little long. Actually, no, because technically the linebacker who was covering Breece was right there.
Yeah.
But maybe if he has a little bit more space, he throws that ball over the middle. If you guys see the receiver coming across.
Off the right side?
Off the left side.
Off the left side. Yeah, I do see. Yeah. But I think that ball's out already, to be fair.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's understandable, but I think this is, again, one of those better throws. That's when, again, We go back to his progressions. We go back to when things are like
the
2 minute
long
warning
developing
off
plays.
script, when everything goes off script. So moving to some of the other plays. Again, I'm not trying to be super negative. I'm just trying to. This is a part of the analysis. So this was a big play that was missed. This could have been a difference between 3 and 7 points, and it was the difference between 3 and 7 points. So this, I don't know what not the purpose, but what Hackett directly said to Zach Wilson to who to feature on this play, who gets the throw, or at least the main focus of this play is. But you're going to see CJ Uzomah running wide open across the middle towards the end zone. And what Zach Wilson does instead here is he looks to his left, looking for Garrett Wilson on a jump ball opportunity. So I'm going to give you guys some. I'm going to go through this real quick. I'm going to pause it. I'm going to show you where and why CJ Uzomah was wide open. Could have been a throw right to the end zone. I think Zach had ample time here. You see that?
Yeah, Uzomah's wide open.
Mhm.
He's only got the
He doesn't read it.
Here's the results of this play. Again, looking left the entire time. He has ample pocket because you see Breece Hall doing the pass protection as a running back.
Yeah.
Looks incomplete. And to be fair, Blankenship was over there in double coverage. So, again, you really like to see. I don't know what the focus of this play was or what it was supposed to be. I mean, you obviously have the jump ball to Garrett Wilson, but use your 3 tight ends, man. They're all there. As you see Uzomah just run free, as you see the linebacker. I want to say that's Zach Cunningham. You see Uzomah running towards the middle of the end zone. Wide open. I know you see his feet, but still,
I know. Yep.
The point. It was just a big miss there. And that, again, those are the differences we talk about between 3 and 7 points.
Mm-hmm. No, you're right. And Luca, you addressed those red zone problems. Obviously, if it wasn't for Greg Zuerlein, and I know it's part of special teams, pretty much had 12 points by himself yesterday, kicked 4 field goals. So thank God we don't even have to worry about a field goal kicker at this point because
or special teams in general.
Just to say, get it out of the way. The punting, the kicking has been excellent this year, so they've come out huge for us both. With Zuerlein and Morstead, no more of the days of braided man.
Who we actually faced yesterday?
What happened?
Alex, did you say something?
I said, who was on the opposing team?
Yes, he was on the Eagles yesterday. But anyways, this is a miss to Randall Cobb. Wilson in shotgun next to Carter. Takes a snap. Wilson rolls out right. Now, I understand, this is an off-script play. There's a lot of pressure coming. Wilson, in my opinion, had a little bit of time to set his feet and properly make this throw. I get it. It's an off-script play. The defense is coming at him. I think he had like an extra second to probably set his feet and make the throw to Cobb. I know it's difficult, but I think this throw could have still been made. So Wilson takes a snap. Pressure coming off Mitchell's side. Reddick with the pressure. Yeah. Wilson, I believe this is Fletcher Cox. There is a distance between them, but Wilson, there's still time where he can release this football. Real quick set, and he could throw it. I'm not a quarterback coach, but I think there was a little bit of time, an indent, where he could have thrown this ball and set his feet properly. As you see, Wilson starts to wind up here, and he underthrows Cobb on this one.
Yeah.
So you like to see that. Again, we talk about the off-script plays. We just like to see Zach Wilson improve on that. So our next video file.
I'm glad you showed that Max Mitchell got beat. I didn't think he had the best of days.
Bestest.
And for some reason, the browser's having trouble sharing the video.
That's not an error.
Yeah, it is.
No, it's not. Yeah. Shut up. Put the bag over your head.
It says the file's invalid.
Oh, my God. Twitter!
It's not Twitter. It's StreamYard.
Oh,
So, Alex, do I have to send this to you?
You might.
All right. Going right to the email. But we're highlighting these throws because we know Zach Wilson can be better. It's not a matter of, you're being picky, this, and this. No, it's not that. It's not that way. So should I send them all at once or send like one per email?
Send them all at once. Just send them all at once. Jets Smith says he has the worst mechanics I have ever
No,
seen.
he doesn't have good mechanics. He doesn't. That is not something of Zach.
That's not a
Wilson.
strength of his. Let's be completely honest. I don't think they've again like the one miss to Garrett Wilson, which I will show in a second. Obviously, when I send these files over, it's a sideline pass. Wilson was open. He created a little bit of separation where he could have caught this ball, but Wilson's footwork, should I say, were very lackadaisical.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that might be the play that I was talking about.
Let me see. This is a disrupted screen pass. So I'll get to these, and then I'm gonna show a Wes Schweitzer sack to show that he did not play so well yesterday, and we'll talk about the offensive line concerns.
Luca's been pandering me. Peace out, Jacob.
Night, Jacob.
Luca's been pandering me because Justin Pugh is still technically a free agent if you want to go to terms.
Yeah, he's a practice squad player.
Yeah. So he's like, oh yeah, the Jets should sign him instead of Wes.
Yeah, I think the Jets should sign Justin Pugh.
You guys are good with Wes Schweitzer.
No. He's bad. He's
all right. So Alex, I sent you all the files. I want you to. I listed them with names, and I want you to go to misthrow to Garrett Wilson, or just Garrett.
Still refreshing my page and not getting
Garrett Wilson.
Yeah, I haven't received any email.
That's strange. Let me go to a comment real quick while Alex finds it. Caleb Williams will save the Giants. That's if the Giants tank hard enough, and Alex doesn't like tanking.
Yeah, he's pro winning. Remember,
John. It's against his ethics.
It's unethical, Luca. Unethical.
Now I got it. Okay.
Thank you. Go to the Garrett Wilson one, please.
All right.
Nick, before that, let's answer a question. Question for the panel: Jones, Zach Wilson, or Tyrod Taylor?
Right now,
or
is a really good answer. Oh, I like or.
I think or is pretty convincing.
All right. So Alex has got it. Just skip a second because I want that thing to pop off. Yeah, right there. All right. So we got a 1st and 10. Jets deep in their own territory. You got Breece Hall in the backfield. McCall Hardman to his left. I think. Trying to think about it. I think he not. What's up, Ron?
Ron, my man. 3 of 4 on those bets yesterday, Ron.
I want to say for the record, he not only made 1 error, Zach Wilson, he made 2 errors. I'm just going to double check and look at the play art. Yep, he missed not 1 but 2 plays. I'll tell you why. I'm going to talk about the throw, missed Garrett Wilson. He missed McCall Hardman over the top. You're not going to see it, but this is what I talk about.
I believe it. I don't have to say I believe you.
All right, so Alex, play the film. Wilson drops back. All right, he's got ample time. You see how the legs move? It's not like they're completely set. It's like,
This is also, I think this is the throw that I was talking about. Why does he do a soft toss here?
It was a soft toss, and it was kind of like off his back foot.
Yeah, like what is that, dude? Like
it's Alex is absolutely right. It's off the back foot. John says soft toss. It's a lob essentially.
Why though? Like that doesn't make any sense.
Like that should be a zip.
That's what I said. That should be a zip. That's what he should have done. He would have hit Garrett Wilson in stride, and that's an easy 1st down.
Yeah, that's we talk about the inconsistent touch. Jets Smith says Tyrod, but looking at the other files, let's see we can pull up here. I want you to go to the bad sack. I want to say bad sack. I think this might be the one in the red zone. I could be wrong, but please pull it up for us.
Genius. We were especially great at giving up sacks in the red zone. We gave up 5 sacks as a unit yesterday, by the way.
This is the one where me and John disagreed, and I'll tell you why, John. I'm making the case that this is mostly on Zach because this is a rollout play action play. You're going to free up a defender, and Wilson has to quickly. In my opinion, he did miss Lazard over the top. I'll tell you this: he missed Lazard over the top, but that's a more difficult throw. Just chuck it out of bounds. Hold
it. Look at the before play. Hold up, if you can look at the before play. Look at the protection, right? Everything's to the right side. Nobody even touches Hassan Reddick. That's you want to
John. That's the design of the play. That's
you're supposed to be. You're supposed to be directing the
defense
it up
better.
Right.
I'm not defending the offensive line, but that's the scheme, and that's like
that's the play
better.
But no, I okay, fine. You could say that, and that's fine. But they got to change out of that then, because it's not the first time they did it. That's not the first time they did
To-
that.
I'll tell you this. To be fair, the rollout should to be his right, not to his left.
And look,
Yeah, no,
now,
that
Luka,
I
don't
agree
know.
with.
I don't know if Luca talks about it, but if you get the all 22, Lazard is open here.
Right,
He
but
runs right
but
to
I
the
also
end.
I don't think Zach really. I don't think he held it. Like there's times where I've seen him hold on to it for so long, but I don't think like he even had a chance there.
No, I right, but I think maybe he possibly could have not like avoided the sack necessarily, but like made a couple moves and just threw the ball away. Like he backed up.
Well, then
almost.
I think we can agree on this. I think because I like how you said it best. Why is he rolling that way? He should be rolling to his right. He's not
Exactly
comfortable doing that, man. It's
right.
I don't know if I like genuinely like design of the bootleg because there's usually here, okay, you have the boot, right? Usually someone would come across here to put Hassan Riddick in conflict whether to cover or bite, and he
Yeah.
bites, but he gets the sack. So again, like it could have been let's dial this back a minute here. It
All
could have been Cobb, but Cobb's who the if I'm gonna be honest, who the fuck is throwing a Randall Cobb in this situation?
Alex, that's a whole entire different conversation. But you're absolutely right.
You know
with
what?
White.
Fine. Maybe it wasn't so much the offensive line, but I'll say this: it had everything to do with Hackett's play design on that one.
Yep.
Yeah.
Armin says it.
I
Also go to bad sack A. I think I have it under. Not this. If it bad sack A, I think
I
it's
see
called.
bad sack. Okay.
Because this is what I talk about with Zach's pocket presence, and I think he doesn't really feel this one.
And that's the long.
I could be wrong though. Could be wrong.
Those are all about the long developing plays.
Yeah, it's again, it's going through the progressions.
All right, so let's see. No, that's that. Share screen. Bad sack. Hey, here we are. All right.
This is on Zach Wilson. You're gonna watch. I'm gonna tell you. Please watch his eyes.
This was on him. I agree on this one.
Wilson takes the snap, looks left, and runs and gets sacked. He's got to be quicker with that.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's necessarily a longer developing play because you got two guys going.
No, that really wasn't. You could kind of see like the receiver at the top and bottom both ready. Like that wasn't.
Maybe you could get it here, but again, I don't have the all 22. But you gotta have
the better pocket presence because I thought he at least had like 3 seconds of time. And the funny thing is, Next Gen Stats had the thing last week against the Broncos. He actually did better with less time, less than 2.5 seconds, which I find interesting.
Yes, because he doesn't have to think quickly. He just gets it out.
Let me see. Pull up the Wes Schweitzer sack. This wasn't on Zach, by the way.
It wasn't on Doodle Zach?
No, it was not on Doodle Zach.
Okay, so let's see. Wes Schweitzer sack. Just waiting for this shit.
We have the comments here. Max says Deron Bland with a fourth quarter stop for the Dallas in the end zone. Dallas gets the ball back. I said Deron Bland has played very well in my preview yesterday, so that is a name I did mention. So good, and I did see that play.
Maybe Sunil is happy again.
Yeah,
Luke, if you just pull it up on the screen, or does it not allow you to do
that? Knicks Nation, yeah, I completely agree with that sentiment because he gets rid of it quickly and he doesn't have to think.
Just watch Schweitzer, or pull it back a little bit, please. Obviously, the Eagles are going to look like they're going to send 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Watch Schweitzer
and he handles the stunt well. It's just gets tossed like a rag doll.
He got tossed so badly there.
Number 71 on the right guard spot, in case you guys don't know.
Now, you do have, obviously, Lincoln Tomlinson's giving up some of it, but then again, Schweitzer gets destroyed.
Yeah, that one's really not on Zach. That's more the offensive line just getting
that's what I said.
Around there. So,
but to move more out of the by the way, I'm just going to show a couple of things with Twitter. Hopefully, it does not screw around.
It probably will.
So, by the way, this was the play art when I talked about Garrett Wilson being missed on that one throw. This was the Hardman. This is the play art. 6 was beyond Blankenship and Bradbury.
Just
beyond,
of course. Okay.
And Garrett this is Zach still in the pocket. He could just fire it deep, and if he hits Hardman in stride, it's a touchdown.
And he doesn't.
And you got Garrett Wilson with a little bit of separation. I don't know who 41 is, but he had a little bit of separation on his guy. Again, that was back to the touch play. So we're going to remove that from the bookmarks and we get into more of the offensive, away from the offensive line this much. But Jets need to flee. This is, I think you know what? We'll start with this. What is it with the Jets and short of first downs or short of the marker?
Dude, it is something I've literally yelled about for weeks now. I don't know why. This is the play where they throw to Uzama here.
It's that Conklin, actually.
Oh, sorry. I knew it was a tight end. It was Conklin. And for some reason...
I'll ask you this. Who do you blame for on this play? Is it Zach? Is it Conklin? Or is it a mixture of both?
I blame Hackett. I blame Hackett on this one.
We don't have access to the all-22, but I like to see what the original route for Conklin is. Because he starts off with the pass block. Wilson's looking left. Then he looks over the middle. Conklin gets out. We can't really see where Conklin is here, but he's going to end up short of the sticks.
Wilson actually does make the right play there.
Yeah.
Looked like nobody. I mean, I couldn't tell, but I don't think
it's fourth down, too, so you're going to have to make a completion or at least try.
Right. To. And he does a good job of escaping the offensive line.
I just want to know if anybody was over the middle.
Yeah, again, we don't have the access.
If nobody was over the middle, then that's on Hackett because why would you not attack the intermediate?
Yeah.
Again, that's more so on Conklin, the play design.
I'd say that's more the play design because the fact that he's blocking and then has to, as we have a helicopter, go over my apartment as soon as I speak. So that's great.
I got one for that. Hold on, John.
That's phenomenal. Yeah, thank you.
But also, yeah,
ridiculous. But go ahead.
This is probably Zach's best throw of the day. It was a little wobbly, but you respect the Jets taking a deep shot on Josh Jobe. Watch Garrett Wilson go up for this catch. He just mosses him.
This was a phenomenal catch by Wilson.
I mean, that's star receiver written all over. Wilson, accurate protection, looks right.
That actually wasn't that bad of a throw. He did put it in the right spot for him to go get it. So, good job there.
I originally thought it was a little wobbly, but again, right in the right spot.
Yeah, and, you want Garrett to go up on that play, and...
Of course.
He did.
They had the safety help, but it was more so where Garrett can catch. So, again, we give credit to Zach Wilson.
Also, it didn't get there in time.
Right.
It was late.
Safety was late in coverage. He was covering more so over the top rather than coming on the ball. So, I think that was Terrell Edmonds. He's not a very good safety, but I could be wrong. So, first off, before I go into the Breece Hall thing, can we watch this penalty again?
Oh, God. This was brutal.
Here you go. Staring literally right at him. Right at him.
I am so frustrated with the no call. I have never seen such a garbage crew of a fit. Dude, whether it's the Chiefs game, the Eagles game, you could point to a bunch of different games over the years of the Jets. They are so flagrantly against them. It is incredible. Someone explain to me how this is a blindside block.
Bro,
he's head on with him.
Bro, he literally has if you look at his peripheral vision, he literally could see Lazard right in front of him. And let me tell you this right now. John mentioned this. How many false starts did the Eagles get away with? Jalen Hurts on one of the more crucial.
There had to be at least 3 or 4.
On one of the more crucial plays of the game, Jalen Hurts. It's rare for for quarterbacks to false start. Jalen Hurts had a stutter back before he even snapped the ball. You're supposed to be obviously in your position, but Jalen Hurts stuttered and then took the snap. That's a false start on the quarterback. It's rare.
It's freaking ridiculous, man. What? How someone play the? Can we play the full thing? Can we just play?
All right, let's pull it back.
Can we play the full thing?
And it's shoulder to shoulder. It's chest. It's chest.
I almost lost my shit. I'm not trying to curse right now, but I almost lost my shit when I saw them throw the flag on that. I'm like, God, you got to be kidding me.
If
I was at my house watching that, I'd be like, are you bleeping kidding me?
I said that. It was an awful call. And it was one of those things where, it offset because if you remember, Zach
didn't even offset. They had special enforcement.
You're right.
Special enforcement.
That's
you mean special because it's the Jets and we never get calls?
Yeah, it's ridiculous, man. We had a free play. Zach made a nice throw to Garrett, and Garrett was good after the catch, and then just awful. But I have to say, though, The other receivers besides Garrett Wilson in this game were pretty awful. I mean, Lazard had a few.
Yeah,
drop.
I think we'll get into the personnel, but I just want to get into this one
Cobb
play.
was not that good.
Yeah,
it's just-
Cobb's got to get off the field. We'll talk about
Dude,
that in a sec because
awful.
we got Breece Hall at the bottom. It's debatable if you could say now Michael actually credits Zach for running on this play. Question is, do you guys believe he misses Breece Hall on this play? Because Breece Hall goes deep. And by the way, can we have the Jets utilize Breece Hall more in passing situations and running situations? To me, it's absolutely inexcusable that he only got 12 carries yesterday and 5 targets. Your top running back, who was a home run threat instead of Dalvin Cook.
I mean, Cook wasn't horrible. Like he played a better game, but still, it's not even like use Breece more. It's
there was a run play where Cook was running to the right side. This was a check down. Why does he always go for the sideline?
Maybe it's his best friend. I don't know. Maybe he wants to avoid hits. I don't know. I couldn't tell you.
But let's watch Breece on this play. Now you guys could determine if Zach Wilson went through his progressions properly or did he miss Breece open. Breece on the bottom.
I don't know why. I just don't like the look of Zach in empty sets.
Neither do I. Neither do
Understandable. This is, I think, third down, actually. Second down, excuse me.
I'm in 100% agreement there with Alex.
Breece at the bottom.
Yeah.
He would get 9 yards.
It's hard to tell. It's hard. Where was he looking at first? I want to know that.
All right, let's watch Zach's eyes.
Where is he looking?
He was looking right, middle.
Stuck on that one.
I mean, you give him credit for the 9-yard run, but again, like
that one's not so bad.
It's not.
I could understand.
It's not so bad because he quickly he looks at right, not there, center, not there. It's not like he's staring at one side of the field.
Yeah, I don't blame him for that one. That was a good play.
But it was good pocket presence too because he did feel the pressure coming.
Yeah,
so,
that one I give him credit for.
This is all about consistency. You have the times where he looks good in the pocket and he can feel the pressure, and there's times where he doesn't. We've seen plenty of them. So just to get into the numbers game, this we're going to go into personnel and then we'll end off the Jets segment. When Cook is in the backfield, Breece should be in the lineup as a receiver in the slot. Completely agree, Armin. Completely agree. 2 running back sets could be so effective. But Connor Hughes tweeted yesterday, talked about this on my SNY TV pregame show, was told this week that Xavier Gibson is developing into the player the Jets thought they had in Elijah Moore. Can make plays like this on end arounds into space, but they love him inside and out. That's why he's taken the role McCall Hardman had designed for himself. Not only is he good now, but he could develop into so much more. Believe he'll be an offensive mainstay for years to come. So that's some really high praise for Gibson.
I mean, I'm fine with Gibson in there. I have no problem with him. But are we going to move on to coaching in person? Is this
This is going to go about coaching. This is going to go about personnel.
Okay.
Some of the numbers. So here we go. Can I don't mean to interrupt this, but this is going to go to our point here.
Mm-hmm.
Some Jets EPA stats via True Media. EPA per pass attempt. Now, EPA, NFL terms, that is I need an acronym for this. EPA. Expected points added. There you go. Expected points added.
Myself.
EPA per pass attempt. When Randall Cobb is on the field, negative 0.29, which would rank dead last in the NFL.
Get him off the field, man. He was the worst receiver on the field yesterday. I mean,
Xavier, go ahead.
I was just gonna say. I mean, at one point he was pretty good when he was in Green Bay. He's just not the same player. Like, I'm sorry, he's awful.
Xavier Gibson, when he's on the field, 0.14, ranking 12th.
Okay.
Jeremy Ruckert, 0.21, ranks 8th. CJ Uzama, negative 0.06, ranking 29th. And EPA per rush, when Breece Hall's on the field, 0.13, ranking 2nd. When Dalvin Cook's in the backfield, negative 0.41, dead last.
Get him off the. There was a few guys on offense yesterday that I was telling to get off the field. put in the practice squad players.
So I'm just trying to find the stuff. So First down play, the Jets were passing on 19 of 27 first downs. That's an improvement. That's 70%. They weren't terrible, but they weren't great. 11 of 17 completion percentage for 114 yards, 6.7 yards per attempt with a holding penalty. That was on Schweitzer. 98 yards on 19 dropbacks, 5.2 yards per play, and 4 first downs. Moving into the stats, which go into why the Jets have struggled so much. Their third down offense is extremely infuriating. The Saul per Michael Nani of Jet X Factor. 4 of 13 when you include 2 of conversions off of penalties, but more problematic on third down itself. The average distance for the Jets to go on third down was 10.8 yards. Had 13 plus yards on 6 of 13 third downs. Now that goes to penalties, that goes to play calling, that goes to execution. The Jets are actually 6th best this year with 6.4 yards per play on first down. But on second down, they're dead last, 3.2 yards per play. That goes back to play calling, execution, everything. Their average to-go distance on third down this year is 8.4 yards, which ranks near last. They're 31st. So fixing the Jets' third down woes starts with second down.
Mm-hmm.
And that effectively goes with play calling and execution. But let's get into the personnel.
Dude,
go ahead.
This bothers me so much. I don't have the snap count in front of me, but for the love of God, the fact that Randall Cobb's getting all these snaps and Alan Lazard, like, start putting Gibson in more. Start putting Hartman. Screw it. Put Irv Charles in there more. Like, at least he's making an impact on special teams. Give him a shot at wideout. Because some of the drops and some of the bad routes that they run, it's just like, my God, man. Like, if you're not gonna play, get off the field. And it's really that simple. You guys are veterans on this team. You guys were brought in to be leaders. I commended your leadership in training camp, right? When we watched all that Hard Knock stuff. I swear, if I keep seeing Randall Cobb in there, I'm gonna lose it, man. I'm going to lose it.
But I was gonna say, Lazard being out there is fine. He's your wide receiver too. I think he's done well, except yesterday's game.
He had a bad game.
The Randall Cobb show has to end, and I'm gonna give you snap counts, right? Randall Cobb, 55% of offensive snaps.
Why?
Dalvin Cook, his snap count slowly decreasing, so you have a plus side with that. Only 9 snaps, 14%. Xavier Gibson, 11% of offensive snaps compared to Randall Cobb's 59. I'm sorry, 55. But Uzama, 37% of the snaps.
Him too, man. Him too is just.
Jeremy Ruckert, 35%. So I also would like for the Jets to use Ruckert in more of receiving situations. They used him on a screen pass that went for first down.
We have said use Ruckert more. I don't know. I feel like a broken record at this point. Like I said that after week 1. Use him more. It's like they don't listen, man. They really don't.
I would and I'll tell you this, I would rather have Hardman and Gibson combined for the total snaps that Cobb is getting, because Cobb is not out there for much of anything. He's not there for blocking. He dropped a couple of passes yesterday, but he's not good anymore.
No, almighty, simply no, and no.
He's not as good anymore. The Jets and the Jets have again have 2 weeks ahead of them. They can look at the film and say, you know what, we need to get this guy Gibson. We need to get this guy Hardman and boost Hardman's trade value. Get him more snaps. It's inexcusable that they're using Hardman like this. Like, people are like, well, he's not good. Like, we haven't seen if he's not good or not. Because I talked about the one play where he missed, where Zach Wilson missed Garrett, not only missed Hardman over the top. So Hardman has to be evaluated, and all these other guys too. So the personnel is still bothering me after these last couple of weeks.
It's you know what? I'm gonna stop listening to Sal in his press conferences. I really am, because I keep hearing him say that it's gonna be, it's gonna get better. These guys are gonna get more snaps, and they just don't. So I'm just gonna stop listening to him.
But let me think of anything. 2 things real quick. We're gonna cover real quick. John, what do you think should be the plan moving forward for offensive line? Would you still be up for signing La'el Collins? Would you sign Justin?
Dude, we need it. I mean, Tippmann got hurt yesterday too. Something we did.
Thank the MetLife turf for that one, by the way.
Hey, you can think the Garrett. Can we?
Please don't take Justin Pugh.
Can we get somebody? And can we also stop with the turf, man? We might have to make a whole video on that one day, but it's just ridiculous.
Miz made a video on it.
You go check out his video. I will.
But yeah, Tittman got hurt because of the MetLife turf is presumed, but thigh injury, he's going to be out for a while. But I would the Jets cannot make or cannot not make an outside move here. They have to sign somebody. Schweitzer's not good enough.
No.
They could possibly, I know somebody's dangled this idea, maybe trade for Tristan Colon from the Arizona Cardinals, who actually was with the Jets in training camp. So maybe there's familiarity there for depth. But I would absolutely sign Lyle Collins. Depends if he's healthy or not. Sign Justin Pugh. Have him play right guard instantly. And it's a position that he's familiar with.
I will say this. Sorry to interrupt, but this actually has to do with the subject. The Giants cut Jalen Mayfield from the roster, so that I'm gonna guess probably says that they're very confident that they'll sign Justin Pugh to the active roster.
Okay. So Alex, with a little info report, we very much thank him for his contributions. But anyways,
he made the
Jets,
wheel. But make
the Jets have to make an outside move here. And I'll tell you what, I also think the Jets have to make an outside move for a receiver. There was too many plays, whether it's on the quarterback or not, there were too many plays where outside of Garrett Wilson, the wide receivers were essentially locked down. Lazard couldn't get open on certain plays. Randall Cobb is useless. Xavier Gibson needs more snaps. I would highly endorse a Hunter Renfrow trade. You trade Carl Lawson. I think him and Cook or Hardman's salaries match. Renfro's, I would absolutely trade for Hunter Renfrow or somebody who could play in the slot.
Mm-hmm. No, yeah, I'm in full throttle of that idea. I'm also in full of favor of the Lyle Collins experiments. At least it can't get much worse. We're so banged up now. It's like, thank God we're going to a.
You guys are banged up, really?
I know. Okay, I know the Giants are banged up. Not the Giants aren't the only team with injuries.
We always
Alex.
lose somebody important when we win. Rodgers,
exactly.
Game 1. Game 2 was Elijah Vera Tucker. Game 3 was Tittman. But I will say this as well. Like, well, obviously, I was going to say something, and now I just lost my train of thought. But final thoughts. What is this? Not really final thoughts on the Jets, but the outlook. Let's look at the Jets' schedule. By the way, this is supposed to be their easy part of the schedule. And the Jets went through their first 6 games, the tough ones. They went 3-3, which we could have expected the bare minimum with Aaron Rodgers. Now, with the Patriots game, we could have been 4-2, but unfortunately, you can't really take that away. So, throughout the next couple of weeks, I'm going to go through the next 5. The Jets have the Giants. What?
I'm saying Giants.
The Jets have the Giants on October 29th, Sunday, Halloween. Then they have the Chargers on Monday Night Football. Then they have the Raiders. Then they have the Bills. Then they have the Dolphins at home for that Friday afternoon game. Sorry.
Oh,
then
yeah, the Amazon Prime 3 p.m. Black
So,
Friday.
yeah. So those games, at least 3 or 4 of them, in my opinion, John, are winnable. I think you could possibly win in Buffalo because Buffalo looked measly against the Giants, and the Giants aren't really touted as a great defense, to be fair, Alex. The Raiders, I think you could win. They were in a dogfight with New England. The Giants, I think, is a very winnable game. The Chargers, I somewhat feel is a winnable game because you'll have Sauce healthy. Again, the biggest pinnacle point I will continue to make. This is similar to last season, and I will say it. It's all about the offense. It's all about the offense. It's about the usage of personnel. It's the play calling. It's the quarterback play. If we cannot go back to last year where it was a wasted opportunity. We were 6-3 at the bye. 6-3 at the bye. We collapse. This cannot be the same thing. The Jets have the easier portion of the schedule moving forward. You got through the first 6 games, the tough opponents.
So,
you went 3.
God help me if they collapse again. I'm gonna lose it. I'm gonna lose it.
And it's the pressure's on it.
I'm gonna lose it.
That's why we say cautiously, because we saw the same thing last year. Same thing last year, where the Jets had the quote-unquote easiest part of their schedule. They could have beat teams like the Jaguars and the Lions. They did not. And that's, why they lost. And the big thing is, the offense has to improve. Zach Wilson has to get better. Not these little marginal improvements where he's throwing for 189 yards. He didn't do anything great, but he didn't do anything terrible. We need him to be the game manager. We need this to be an NFL offense. Spread the ball around. Use the tight ends. Do all of that. Play calling has to be much better. The usage of personnel has to be better. It's all on the offense. These next 2 weeks, in my opinion, are so big for the preparation of this team. Because I'll tell you this right now, Under Robert Saleh, the Jets do not come out of the bye week good. They end up losing their first game. They lost to the Patriots last year. They lost to the Patriots the year before, actually. But you have to come out prepared because you were in the same situation last year. You don't want fans pointing the finger once again. You don't want the defense pointing the finger once again. So it's all about the offense.
No, you're absolutely 100%
Plenty winnable games, but it's up to the offense because the defense is playing astronomically.
I'm not writing home on paper wins, losses. I'm gonna wait till they actually do it.
Yeah. And listen, there were people out there, the content creators saying, you know what, it's time to give Robert Saleh credit. Absolutely. I think he deserves some credit. I think that the team rallying back from these double-digit leads, absolutely. He does get some credit.
He gets credit for having an undermanned squad and being a better team on paper than he did. I give him plenty of credit for that. I give him credit for the defensive adjustments that he made coming into this game and the strategy for that. Some stuff I do want to kill him for, right?
Game management.
Hold up. Yeah, game management's one of them. There was a play. The Jets, oh my Lord.
Are you talking about the one where they took a delay a game?
They took
a delay a game, and then they ended up punting, which didn't make any sense. Where Zerline could have made it, honestly, but it's the game management.
Go for a punt over a field goal.
Yeah, they asked Zerline if they could. I don't know, but
ass clown on that one.
But again, it's talking about galvanizing the team. Now, is this team more motivated to play with Aaron Rodgers back, who's going to be back over the next couple of weeks and all, and eventually possibility of him playing? But that's a different story. It's so Jet fans are cautious. Most of them are optimistic. Me and John are cautiously optimistic because of last year. We don't want this same thing to happen, and believe me, there will be pointing fingers. So it's up to Robert Saleh to galvanize his team and say, you know what? Offense has to be better. We have to make the adjustments. Cannot be stubborn here. You cannot.
Yeah, no, you're right. I just
a lot of winnable games, guys.
I don't want to think of last year. I want to think of this year. But
yeah, I do. But final thoughts, John, and the Jets.
Don't screw it up. No offense, Alex. The Giants game should be a cakewalk, as close to it as that can be. All right,
is it a cakewalk? I don't
know
think
about
so.
A cakewalk, but
it should be.
Winning
I don't
by
think
10
so.
points. Winning by 10
You think
points.
the Giants? You think they're hold up? Why not?
Offensively for us, I get it. That defense, okay. You have me there.
Mm-hmm.
Offensively, Luka just brought up the receivers. Outside of Garrett Wilson, nobody is scared of Randall Cobb or Alan Lazard. And our two other corners have played really well. Zach is frazzled from a pocket, and I think Wink knows how to adjust to that. And I get it. They haven't played well for most of the season, tackling-wise and stuff like that. They need to get better against the run. They didn't do too bad against James Cook, but he did tear him up for 5.1 per carry. So that's okay. That's one part I'm scared about. But, again, Wilson
it's
in a pocket with that off.
These 2 weeks for the offense is most important. It's the preparation.
I agree with your points in the offense. I'm just saying I don't think the Giants look that good. I think they had a really good defensive game last night.
No, I know.
If the Jets have not a league average, you know what? You could say maybe top 50. If they come out like a top 15 league average offense, top 20, the Giants will lose by at least 10 points. That's my personal opinion.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be within one score or a field goal. I don't think it's going to be high scoring at all.
No, nobody said
I don't expect it to be high scoring. No.
Nobody said high scoring, but I'm just saying in general, if the Jets come out like they did if the Jets come out like they did the first couple of weeks with the offense, it's going to be a close game. If the Jets come out with a new approach on offense, they're slinging the ball, they're using personnel better, it's going to be obviously a little more of a wider gap. That's what I have to say.
Yeah. Just some comments. Salah looked like a jackass doing thumbs up and thumbs down before.
Dude, I lost Armin. I lost it. I was pissed. I was pissed.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree with Max here. You tell him Big Red. No, it won't. Our defense woke up and our corners have been incredible. Bobby Okereke has played like an all-pro versus the Bills offense in Miami. I mean, again, I think for the Jets offense, it comes down to the running game, and then maybe they do with that. But I don't know. We'll see in a week and a half when we actually have our game preview and predictions and stuff like that. Shout outs to JET. Luke says JETS Jets says what a win. What's up, Luke? By the way, guys, we're a few likes away from 15, so let's get that up.
Yeah.
And then Jets high scoring. LOL. You have jokes. I said no. We said it wasn't going to be high scoring. Well, it's the final score is going to be like 12-9. So the best thing is about the Giants Jets is a 1 p.m. game. Yeah, I'll be there. So it's gonna be an interesting one. But you guys all done on the Jets front?
Yes, sir.
I have to pee so badly.
All right. Well-deserved bye week now. No more undefeated teams. So I'll go into the Giants a little bit. I'm not going to do it too much because I have a podcast to record after this, which will you get the main basics. Plus, next week, the Jets are off on a bye. The Jets are off on a bye, and
you'll get the heavy dose of a recap.
I'll get the heavy dose of Giant talk. So for 2 seconds, I'll put this on. All right. Back to bag guy. I'm going to be there too. Are you really? Is the question, Almighty. But I'm actually going to talk without the bag today.
Okay.
So
Alex is accepting the moral victories.
No moral victories here. 13 likes now. Come on. Yeah, Armin's right. Let's get it to 15. And definitely share out too, where we're still going. There's a lot of podcasts that really, don't go as long as we do and as much detail as we do. But anyway, as far as the Giants go, the defense was fun to watch. The offense was nice at the time. But Tyrod, just 0 touchdowns. Yeah. All right. How many quarters do you think the Giants have not scored an offensive touchdown in?
So you have this game against the Bills. You have they played the Dolphins last week, yes. An offensive touchdown, right?
Offensive.
I know the answer.
Okay, John knows the answer.
Can I say it when we're done? Or when you...
You could...
you could say it.
Yeah, you can say it.
9.
No, that's wrong.
Wait, what was the question? Was it not... What was the question?
The question was, how many quarters have they not scored an offensive touchdown?
Oh. Hold up. They didn't score one yesterday. Did not have one against Miami. No one against Seattle. So we're already at 12. Who did they play before Seattle? San Fran. Is it 15? Or I don't remember when it's 13? Damn.
13 quarters. 24. If it was 24, I don't think we'd have a whole touchdown the entire season. I can't tell again if that's Alex is at the top. It's the alignment of the way the title is with the name tags and stuff like that. So Luca's at the bottom. I'm at the top. But Tyrod Taylor got the start for the Giants. Coming into this game, I didn't expect much. I thought it was going to be a blowout.
You set the bar low.
I set the bar low. I was talking to my guy Ronnie Eastham from the Bills. And, he predicted 31-6, the blowout. And I said, this is going to be 30-15. So we were both wrong. And it ended up being a Giants loss, which, 14-9, not happy about. But anyway. So I'll get to some key takeaways before we get to the big takeaway. I thought Saquon Barkley looked rusty a little bit. Mm-hmm. In the first couple of snaps, some cuts weren't really that good, but the last 2 drives, he proved that he was making his way back. And I think that's a good thing because usually off this high ankle sprain that he's had, it takes him a few weeks to come back to his normal self, not just coming back from the injury or whatnot, but he had some huge runs. I'm going to pull this up right now via the play-by-play tracker. I believe this is the one. But Saquon Barkley had a 19-yard run and then a 34-yard run on 2
It was
carries.
the third quarter, right? Or fourth?
It was in the fourth quarter. It was at the tip of the fourth quarter. So it's just right there. So I think his presence really provides a spark for this team, a spark for this offense. I know, yes, we obviously got to see, week 1 obviously was a blowout, week 2. But I think this offense and I think this team is different with Saquon Barkley around it. Now, of course, do I think they should keep him on long term? No, because technically the season is still over and, they're not really trying to make a run at anything. Also, as well, I'll get to some of the other stuff as well. Jalen Hyatt was used a little bit more, which I like. They got an uptick in his snaps. Isaiah Hodgins, Paris Campbell, they got a downtick. There's a lot of questions as to whether Darren Waller is actually washed. I'm not buying that yet.
By the way,
But
can I ask a question? Did you think it was an eligible man downfield?
I mean, he was engaged with the defender, so I'll say no. But like, I mean, I'm over the ref experience, but I do want to play something before we get to again the main takeaway.
Justin Pugh, straight off the couch.
This is becoming one of my favorite Giants in a year where there's not much hope. So, for many of you Giant fans who know, he was drafted by the Reese regime to be left tackle in 2013. He didn't actually stay there. He went to right tackle, then he went to guard. So, and that was really his main spot. And the Giants elected not to re-sign him due to the fact that he was inconsistent a little bit and injuries played a part. And you really don't want to have like an average first round pick stay on the roster. It just doesn't bring good memories back. It's not a good investment. So he went to the Cardinals for a few years. This is a while, actually. 2018, 2019, 20, 21, and 22. So, yeah, he ended up playing in his entire contract there. So, shout outs to them, shout outs to Justin Pugh. But like right when he is so humble. Like he is so humble. I respect the shit out of him because he was mentioning how he got humbled in the process of signing NFL contracts and stuff like that. Like he was expecting a full-on NFL deal when he came out of the ACL surgery, and teams like, nah, we want a practice squad deal for you. So he's like, okay, I have to take it to heart. It's a business thing, whatever. So he works out with the Giants when they're staying in Arizona. They like it, and then they end up signing him. He comes in after Evan Neal's bullshit comments, and he says, look, Evan shouldn't have said that. And it provides a real leadership standpoint for the offensive line. And what does he do? Evan Neal he almost didn't play against the Bills. And they said Justin Pugh was elevated. He may actually start at right tackle, but the thing came in via Art Stapleton, Jordan Renan. He's going to start at left guard. So Zudu goes down within a few snaps, and then Justin Pugh transfers over to left tackle. So did he play great at left tackle? No. But I'll give you this. He had the lowest pressure percentage of a Giants left tackle this entire season. So that's Zudu playing left tackle. That's some of these other guys playing left tackle. Again, I'm not saying that he should be the starter moving forward at left tackle, but when this offensive line gets healthy, Pugh needs to be a starter for the remainder of the season. He's got the leadership. He's got the work ethic. He played really well when he was at guard. It's a shame they had to move him to tackle, but it is what it is with the O-line situation. He's on pace for like 900 yards issue, and I don't. It doesn't feel like it. I saw this morning Rodgers could be back by week 15. I don't think so. As I said, I think that's a little overblown. I do respect him coming back though. That's also because we didn't use the left side. Yeah. So I thought it was like a better performance from the offensive line. They gave up 3 sacks. Pugh was 2 of them, but overall, also Evan Neal had a solid game. Like not too many names called there. So there's that. But let's go to like the main part of why this offense didn't put it in the end zone. First of all, it's the same recurring issue of the Giants can't convert. The Giants have a penalty and they're backed up. 2 plays really impacted the outcome of this game. Number 1, I didn't see this. I saw it on Twitter and then got a gist of it when, everything else happened. So they had, I think, 13 seconds to go. No timeouts left. Tyrod Taylor audibles to a running play. And people were like, well, he saw something in the defense. It's like, I don't care if he saw.
What yard line? Can I ask what yard line was he at?
I think they were at the 2 or the 3. They were inside the 5. So I'm like, you won't have enough time to snap it if you run it and you don't get it. So you're better off just like rolling out of the pocket, keeping it and throwing it out of bounds if you don't get it. And a shot to the end zone. But again, that's bad on Tyrod Taylor because again, he elected to run and Dable got. I don't understand this. I don't know if y'all seen this. Maggie Gray and so many other people have criticized Brian Dable for yelling at Tyrod Taylor. Why? Please tell me why. You didn't go after. I don't care if you went after him for going after
need some locker room to do that.
I don't get that. Who cares? You're going to get shit in front of camera anyway. Doesn't make any sense. Week 15, 2023, 2024. That's a good question. We need AT back and move Pugh to guard. Evan Neal played surprisingly well. He better with his stupid comments. Yeah, no, it's going to be a big test this week against Chase Young and that pass rush. I mean, we'll have our own separate preview for that. But as far as that goes, so that's number one. And again, Maggie Gray, all these other people coming out here, that's completely tone deaf. What are we going to sit here and baby the fucking players? So that's number one. Number two, big issue, and I called it at the time, the Giants scored points, though, was 7-6. Giants, again, they had 53 yards on 2 carries from Saquon Barkley down the field. They're constantly moving the football. 4th and inches inside the red zone, Brian Dable kicks the field goal. You are 1-4, and you elect for a field goal when Saquon Barkley has been hosing the entire defense on one specific drive.
Why would you go for it on
That's-
4th and inches, period? Why would you not go for it?
Wouldn't
Yeah, no, they should have.
Again, why wouldn't you? And even like if the execution wasn't there, okay, the execution wasn't there. Like I would say that. Like I'm not one of those flip-floppers. But you're 1-4. Brian Dable and Sean McDermott don't like each other. Why would you not try to stick it in their face and say, okay, we're going to run it with Saquon again and then get yourself into the red zone? So that's where it came back to bite them. And then the Giants, Buffalo got a touchdown. The Giants could not convert on 4th because Darius Slayton couldn't hold on to a catch along the sideline. Then Buffalo misses a field goal, and then the Giants have that play, those 2 infamous plays. And, obviously the first one was pass interference. I'm going to say this. I don't give 2 shits if the second one was pass interference. You're not in that situation if you score points. That's just that. I don't care. I was not screaming at the TV.
You think Tyrod could have thrown a better ball?
Yeah, I think he could have. And, you could say this about the play call and whatnot, whatever. I think there was a lot of weird play calls during the game with 1st and 2nd down runs. But again, just one of the multitude of issues, the Giants just not executing. And they did run it my problem is they ran it to the left side a little bit on 2nd down. It's just like Justin Pugh's at left tackle and Glowinski's at left guard. These two have not played together, but you're going to stick it to the left side. That's not smart.
Mm-hmm.
But I do want to go to the defense in a second, but I want to say this. I do stand with y'all. I don't like Buffalo, okay? There was this big brouhaha fight. If you guys haven't seen it already, maybe I could pull it up, where there was like 2 sides of the fight. There was one fight where I think it was a run play, and Kayvon Thibodeau was there, and Deion Dawkins was like pulling on his leg.
Well, Dawkins...
I saw it.
Dawkins wanted to take out Jordan Jenkins' knees in 2018, so that's why I don't like him.
Yeah, he's a piece of shit. And then you have something completely different where Dexter Lawrence and Spencer Brown are getting into it. And you know what? I'm not going to say, it's unnecessary, stuff like that. I want to see that type of fight out of the defense, and I can congratulate the defense if they're playing well, and they played well this game. So he's fighting with him. Leonard Williams pushes Spencer Brown to the ground. That's a flag. Then Josh Allen, for some reason,
he came from the other side, and
from the other side and goes into Bobby Okereke. I'm like, what the hell did Okereke do to deserve that? So I'm with you guys, man. I don't really respect. I'm sorry. And you know what? After all these weeks, folks, this is why I said Miami is the best AFC team. It's not the Buffalo Bills, because the Bills falter. The Giants were how many plays away from actually putting the Bills at 3-3? And then you guys would have leaped them with the win you guys had.
That's true. I didn't even think about that. I thought we were going to be tied, but we do have the tiebreaker.
I told you earlier we had the tiebreaker.
Yeah, it must have blipped my mind.
How could you have forgotten week 1? You were celebrating.
We're only like 3-3 at the bye, but it's second division.
Yeah. Chase Young's been playing poorly according to Commanders fans. I have to ask because I have 1 or 2 guys that will probably do the preview this week. I'll definitely ask them about that.
I know they've struggled against the run. I know for a fact.
Saquon Barkley, the 2 words. He has less sacks than Kayvon against easier competition. Dude sucks. Let me knock on wood, but this is real quick, but this is funny. Giants play better than the Patriots. Well, I mean, the Patriots, to be fair, put up more points. The Giants did face a better team, though. Not even mad at that. Tyrod's, he's a backup. He came in with 0 expectations. We managed to compete and arguably played better than DJ.
Alex, I got to show you something. This is for your next Cowboys matchup. They literally zoomed in on Mike McCarthy's playbook.
Yeah,
Are
just
you
can you like
serious?
save, can you save that for me, please? I'm gonna send it to I'll send it to Justin Pugh.
Bookmarked.
Anyway, let's see, I got that one. I believe heard Belichick broke something last night in the locker room. It wouldn't surprise me if he did, but I'm sorry, the Patriots are not that good. Yeah, knows I'm a Patriots fan. Chase Young only has 3 sacks. I mean,
I mean,
I'm just not prepared for Week
Three-
13 when we face the Patriots.
3 sacks in 6 game isn't like awful.
It's not terrible. It just depends on how much you impact the game.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I'm gonna. Oh my, he's calling out signals.
Omaha. He's already got
I'm
it.
gonna take a look at their stats. Kayvon and kid Chase Young side by side. So, let's see. Chase has 3 sacks and 14 pressures. Kayvon has 4 sacks and 8 pressures. So tells you what you need to know about that. And quarterback hits, it's kind of in the same category. I would like that to go up more. Let's see. Do the G ladies coaching staff understand hieroglyphics? Good luck reading the playbook. Maybe somebody took a class in that.
Ooh, we need a class in
You
understanding.
need a translator.
Yeah, that's right.
It's against the easy teams, though. Look, no wonder why the Commanders fans say he sucks. As I said, I'll definitely ask my guy this week. But I have to, and I gave crap to them last week. I have to give credit to the defense. The Giants didn't blitz mostly. The 2 things I'll get to the defense for is the run defense was shredded a little bit by James Cook, and he had 5.1 yards per carry. It was a different game between him and then Damian Harris and then Latavius Murray. And also, I will give credit, Josh Allen didn't escape the pocket a lot and run.
Yeah,
we know how good he is with the legs.
They did a very good job of containment, making sure. I mean, when they did get pressure, he did try and run and try and make the most of it, but he didn't have like those, huge runs that you've seen him have in the past.
Right. But and also like no sacks, 1 quarterback hit. But I have to. Max has been mentioning it pretty much all day. McFadden and Okereke played their absolute tails off. McFadden had a pick, multiple pass deflections by Bobby Okereke. If I got the stat sheet, which is right in front of me.
Thank you. Jets Mess coming in with a super chat. $20.
$20 super chat.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
Great show tonight, boys.
Even you, Big Red. He's called you Big Red.
We appreciate that, man.
Not necessary for any donation, but we will accept it. So thank you.
It.
Thank you, my man. Thank you.
But the stat sheet, 2 tackles for a loss for Okereke and McFadden had a quarterback hit. But again, those, if you're looking at positives, that's a positive because this linebacker core has been shifty. It's been up and down. McFadden kind of, put his case on the field last night why he needs to stay on the field. Now, you move to obviously I mentioned the fighting stuff. I thought Dexter Lawrence caused havoc. In terms of pressures, the Giants had 18 pressures on defense, and Thibodeau had 6 of them. So they have to update that stuff on Pro Football Reference, of course. But the Giants had Diggs at 10 receptions, 100 yards, which isn't bad considering he didn't get into the end zone. The refs were a little weird. They were, both sides very crappy. But Adoree Jackson allowed 4 receptions for four receptions overall on 4 targets. That's not great. Cordell Flott, I thought, played well, but he was picked on a little bit. The one guy I got to give absolute props to is Deonte Banks. He's played really well over the last few weeks. They had a graphic. It was like Jalen Waddle was only had like 17 yards on 1 catch on Banks' side. I mean, the Giants may not have all the solutions at corner beyond this year, but I think you can let go of Jackson in free agency or trade him and then have Banks go up against number 1 receivers because he was playing really well. And of course, like Chris Collinsworth was pointing out, usually in some of these off-script plays that the Bills run, Josh Allen would throw it and maybe a rookie would like hold the receiver. Deonte Banks only had 1 penalty and it wasn't even off of that. It was just an illegal contact penalty. So he's played really, really well. And I think he needs to get more praise from the outside. Are they considering moving MetLife to New York City? Well, they wouldn't move the stadium.
I feel like we've had this debate every week now.
I would like them to, but I don't think they will. They've been doing it for the past couple of games. The Celtics play the Knicks tomorrow night. Okay. Is that the final
Preseason.
matchup, right?
No, that's
Yeah.
preseason still. Preseason,
Yeah.
man. Preseason.
Yep. If there's any solid in this season and solid pieces on defense, yeah, you do have a couple solid pieces on defense. Not playing against Chris Pratt, aka fake Josh Allen, is like having a Statue of Liberty quarterback not hard to beat. I think Josh Allen's hard to beat. Now, I get it. He does throw the interceptions. He does do some stupid stuff, but the Bills are still a respectable team. Like I'm not pounding the moral victory, but in my opinion, and Sunil, let's see how the Cowboys do against the Bills.
Yeah, buddy.
Maybe he'll have a different attitude. I don't know.
Yeah, exactly.
Ming is not coming back from Miami. Yep, we talked about. Well, we didn't talk about it, but I saw that on Twitter. They definitely found some in the run game in the second half. They've been putting down the
By
best.
the way, I would, if you're trying GMs out there, I would definitely take a look at her.
You think now? Of course, they don't have a connection, but like 2 seconds into baseball, you think that Stearns could hire her? And I know Stearns wants power.
I would definitely consider her for the part of the front office. She made some good moves while she was in Miami.
I think I heard what you guys were saying. I just have to come back real quick. I think she wants control. I think she not that she shouldn't. She did a fine job in Miami, but I think she wants control.
Let's not forget she had a boatload of young pitching, and she got a pretty much a guy in Luis Arias. So,
right?
Why not?
Our corners are pretty solid. Linebacker core looks really good, and Pinnock and McKinney made their best game all year, and Dexy being Dexy. Yeah, I want him to get a sack though. It's like with Quinnen, double teams. I want him to get a sack. I want it in the next few weeks.
Yeah.
Our defense looking promising. Yeah, Dory will not be missed. People should protest it because unfortunately, nobody's taking the time out of their day to protest.
You know what? I'll be at the front line with you, Almighty. You be there.
That tutty was ridiculous. Kick the Mets out of New York and build the stadium in Queens. I mean,
no, Brad, we'll kick you out of Australia and put you in Antarctica. Okay.
I called it Kimming for Mets. GM.
He did say that. I remember Armin did say that.
Bills might have still might have nightmares about the Super Bowl's losses by combined 83-30 combined score. Kim did trade Marte to Oakland for Luzardo to add pitching depth for Miami.
That is true.
Good point. And also, Luca, you weren't here for it, but Jetso Smith nicely donated us some $20 in a super chat.
Oh, thank you. I really appreciate it. We really appreciate it.
Right. But that's pretty much my short little analysis. Again, F. Belton turned a second half early. That's a pick instead of a tutty. Yeah, I mean, Belton's been getting more snaps, but that's more of another topic. That's pretty much it. I mean, we'll get into the bulk of the Giants in two separate ways. Number one, the next boy's the Big Apple because the Jets don't play next week. Even though we have to admit, for the show, we have to make a detailed preview of the Jets-Giants game, to be fair.
And what's at stake?
Two is you'll get a preview tomorrow. Jesus Christ. 12:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time tomorrow. We'll have a podcast out recapping the game. From the report I heard, Miami wants to hire a president of baseball ops, and I believe Kim asked if she would be considered. They told her no, and she was like, I'm gone.
Yeah, she wants power. I don't blame her.
It's like week 7, week 8.
Why is there a helicopter right now? It's 11 o'clock at night.
Uh-oh.
Jesus.
That's all I got for the Giants. I know that maybe people were expecting more, but again, you'll get it at 12:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Shall we go into the Book of Wonder?
Yes.
Yeah, well, unfortunately, we can't mark the final tallies, so I will hold off on that until Thursday. However, we could still make our picks for next week if you want to do that.
Yeah.
Because this game right now, I have the Chargers winning. You guys have the Cowboys winning. Chargers just tied it up
with a Gerald
and it's 17-all. So
Rangers did win, Jacob.
Yeah, they did, Jacob. Igor stopped a penalty shot, and Rangers won. So I remember you were a hater. So continue to hate. Don't give any credit. Go ahead.
Just for the record, we have to root for the Chargers to lose because I'm now rooting for playoff position now.
Helicopter or did I fart while eating a falafel? I haven't had a falafel in a while. I do like hot sauce though.
Trust me, Max, you'll get it 12:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time tomorrow.
And John Fan, should I trade for Jerome Ford? I'm gonna say no on that one. And the reason being, it's not that I think like he's like this awful running back or anything.
We got a Ron bet.
What happened?
We got a Ron bet.
A Ron bet. Ooh, he says, I just need the Chargers to cover the 3.5. I told Luca that the total of this game was 51. And I told both of these boys before the show, I think the best bet is to take the under. They're both proof of that. They're both.
I'm not a better, so Luca would be proof of that. But
no, I said it to both of y'all.
Right, but I don't bet. So what advice would I take it?
No, I'm just saying it's proof. I'm just saying it's proof.
And then okay.
But he going back to Jerome Ford for Almighty, I wouldn't really trade for him. I feel like he's a good flex play. Even though he's been the lead teams like, but he's not really explosive out there. Like he's an average back, and like I get it. He faced the Niners yesterday, but I just like I feel like there's just better options out there, man.
I do as well.
Plus Kareem Hunt is like there, as well now, so wouldn't really be in the market for him. He said I took the under in a parlay, but I just live bet the 3.5 while they were reviewing the punt. Yeah, no. That's pretty smart, Ron. I don't blame you. Alex, yes, no, he doesn't bet. Jacob said, or sorry, Sunil said
talking about how the Cowboys are going to take the L unless they chew up the clock.
Yeah, I mean that's pretty much their only option. It's 7-11 remaining in the fourth, so still anybody's game. What baseball game will you hope?
Tomorrow's Phillies game.
Tomorrow's Phillies Diamondbacks game we'll be doing.
And I'm pretty sure they got hosed, the Diamondbacks. Well, not hosed, but like they got their ass kicked, to my knowledge. Pollard and Hall on a bye this week.
Alex is the moral compass of the show. Doesn't believe the tank, doesn't bet. Man, I have to just grab him and take 2 weeks.
Fucking Armand.
I'm in star of that comment. That's the star of the night. Armand gets another gold star.
Oh my God, Armand. I can't say I'm surprised either.
Gold star for Armand.
I don't know where Luca went, but we need to.
We're trying to do picks, and this kid just disappeared without saying anything.
Earth to Luca. Maybe he's dealing with another cat fight. Jacob
says they lost 5-3, tied run on base each. I did not watch the game. I was watching the Rangers, and I have Monday Night Football. So, how you doing, Pete? How's everything? How is everything, my man?
Sorry about the 49ers and them not being undefeated anymore.
As Armin's still going off about Exotica. Yep. He says he's got the connection for you.
Yeah, that's via friggin' Joe Cat.
All right. Luca went to place a bet. Yeah, he went to his bookie. He went to live bet. No. For anyone that missed it yesterday, the Luca hand raising thing. This is how he raises his hand.
It's like it's literally like a stretch I do at the gym. It's like that.
Yeah. Now Pete saying I want to break Moody's foot. Yeah, that was a tough one. It was. You know what Fox also did during the start of that Jets game? They literally had the Niners.
I know what they did.
I'm like,
I saw.
Why? Like, pick one. Pick one.
Yeah, it was like full screen this and this like
low
screen.
It was so bad on their part.
It was literally like this.
No, literally that's what it was. Jacob says, by the way, HN out for the year. Ooh.
No, he's just out for. They said week 11 he'd like to return.
Yeah. Princess Luca has gone to remove a fur ball. Did he hack one up, or is he removing it from another cat?
I would be scared. Like I don't know.
You live with him, man.
Yeah. Why not, Jeffrey? Why not? Because
of course. I'll take. The
updates. Armin updates us on the stuff.
Armin does a great job with that.
Yeah.
Brad. Brad is another 49ers fan. He says I don't blame Moody. So we're trying to go ahead.
I'm just like, how can we do picks? And okay, how about this? We start off with the records outside this game.
All right, that means I got to count stuff up.
All right, John's got math.
Are we playing the Jeopardy music?
You know, Luca's not here for that, so we got to have it on the soundbite next time.
Oh, Maron. Okay.
I'd like to see another week of consistency, and I'd say that, Jacob. I could really start Gabe Davis. Says Almighty. I mean, you might have to, depending on who's on a bye and whatnot. Damn, I bet you $20 Luca got dinner. Niners play like shit. Yeah, they kind of played down to the Browns level, which
Well, I must say, Alex, that asshole Luca really he did the best so far, and he's gonna do the best. Me and you are currently at 7-7 this week. He's at 9.
So this game's gonna make it or break it.
It could make it or break it because he's tied.
Or we could both lose if it's a tie.
So yeah, so pretty much, guys, if if the Cowboys win it, I think Alex ties me and Luca's a game ahead.
No, wouldn't I win?
Oh no, you're a game. Never mind. You're a game behind.
We're tied, so this is the game that makes or breaks it.
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. So
if Luca were and John are live streaming the Jets Giants game, I would join them since Alex would be at the game. We could, I think. Well, that's more likely. I mean, we gotta see who. I think it's unlikely that they hand out 4 credentials for Jets Giants, but I do think that we can possibly make that a possibility. Alexa doesn't bet yet. He just bet. I'm confused. I don't bet with money.
Yeah.
I think I don't bet with currency. Let's start with that. Browns defense look good versus
we can't even play the Jeopardy music for him.
Would join for that game for Giants, but I'm wrong.
He says he's working.
Oh, all right. Well, no problem, Jacob. No problem.
Thank you for offering your service. I mean,
yeah.
At this point, Luca might not get back until the Jets Giants game.
I mean, he might be taking the week off with the Jets. but if you want to go through who picked who, maybe.
All right. So Broncos Chiefs. We all picked the Chiefs. We won. Ravens Titans. You were the only one right. You picked the Ravens. Me and Luca picked the Titans. Commanders Falcons. We all picked the Commanders. That was a clean sweep. Vikings Bears. We all had the Bears and we all lost. Not good. Seahawks Bengals. Luca's the only one that won that one. He picked the Bengals. We picked the Seahawks. We all picked the Niners against the Browns and lost. Damn you Niners. We all picked the Dolphins against the Panthers. Won. We all picked the Jags to beat the Colts. We were correct. You picked the Saints against the Texans. You were incorrect. Me and Luca were right about that.
Damn it.
He was the only one right about the Raiders, so your tie wasn't correct. And I lost because I picked the Pats. I'm like never going to pick the Patriots again in anything. The Rams and the Cardinals. We all picked the Rams. Correct. We all picked the Eagles to beat the Jets. That was wrong. We all picked the Bucks to beat the Lions. We were wrong. We all picked the Bills to beat the Giants. We were correct. And again, I have the Chargers. You guys got the Cowboys. 4-11 remaining left in the game. Dallas is marching down the field. And where did Luca? Is he taking a dump? Like what is?
I think I don't know, but he could always catch up with us.
You want to just start picks?
Yeah, and then he'll catch up with us.
All right. We waited. We did wait. Okay, are we ready, Alex?
Yeah, we're ready.
Jaguars Saints. And the Superdome.
This is tough. Who did the Saints play last week? Well, this week, really.
The Saints lost to the Texans.
That's a mess. Lucas dropping a hot one. Give me. This is tough. Give me the Jags.
Thanks. I'm gonna disagree with you because of the uncertainty of Trevor Lawrence.
Well, he might not play.
He might not play.
Oh God!
I didn't know if you knew that. Did you know that he had a knee injury?
No, I didn't know that.
Okay.
So, can I switch my pick?
Do you want to switch?
Yeah, because let me go to New Orleans and be safe.
All right, I'm gonna also take New Orleans and Luca. Who do you want? Oh,
I apologize, folks.
Right
There's
in the nick
like-
of time.
We literally just what's it called? Did it.
New Orleans and
Started.
New Orleans at home versus the New Orleans at home versus the Jags.
New
Who's
Orleans.
Jacksonville's backup?
Bethard.
Bethard.
I don't like that Trevor Lawrence may or not be injured.
Yeah,
He's
same.
probably-
All right.
Yes.
Next up, Raiders Bears.
Two backup quarterbacks, Tyson Bagent and Aiden O'Connell.
This is a rough one.
So normally I would go tie.
This is
I'm
going to
gonna
go
put
under Urinating Trees Tank Bowl.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Raiders here.
Yeah, I'm going to go Raiders.
I'm gonna
Doesn't
be
say much,
different.
though.
I'm going with
Not
the
only
Bears.
do you have Tyson Bagent as the starter, Khalil Herbert's out for a few weeks.
I'm going with the Bears. I don't like Aiden O'Connell.
Jimmy has an injury. I forget what it is, and then Fields has a dislocated finger.
Jimmy G has a back injury.
Yeah. Browns Colts.
Minshew
Give me the
another
Browns.
backup quarterbacks. Philip Walker versus Gardner Minshew. I don't know. I'm leaning Colts.
I'm also leaning Colts. I think Minshew's better than Walker. All right. Bills Pats.
Give me
Bills.
Buffalo.
Yeah, I think this is going to be a clean sweep. Our second one. Bills. Okay. Next up, Alex's game. Giants, Commies.
I'm actually going to go Giants in this one. I don't know what the odds are, but we'll just throw that in there.
Will the Raiders go with Brian Hoyer? Actually, yeah, that might be the case, but I'm still going with Raiders.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna pick against my team. I'm gonna say the Commanders are gonna win this week.
Okay.
I'm going to
I
lean with the Giants.
liked the defensive effort, but
The offensive
like
execution.
you have to like score points in this league. That's how you win.
I'm going with the Giants. All right. Falcons, Bucks.
How weird is that you two are picking my team and I'm picking against?
I don't know. Not a big believer in the Commies.
You said Falcons, Bucks?
Correct.
Yeah, give me the Bucks.
Bucks.
I'm rolling with the Falcons. Bucks disappointed me last week. Broads.
Is it me or yeah, they brought in please don't I was at the tie last year. Please don't say
Another
that.
tie. All right.
They brought in Matt Barkley and Ian Book.
Yeah, listen,
that
Matt
tells
Barkley
me-
beat the Jets a couple of years ago.
Yeah. So,
Lions, Ravens.
I actually like this game a lot.
Me too.
give me Baltimore.
Baltimore's was off a. No, they actually beat the Titans.
Because you two idiots picked.
I think they'll come. I think they'll come back with a little momentum. I'm going Baltimore.
I'm rolling with the Lions, dude.
That's
Baltimore, Baltimore had to travel from London. Might get some jet lag this week. Going with the Lions. They're a real team, man. They are for real.
of course, they're a real team, John. They play in the
Sunday night
NFL.
is Dolphins Eagles. Monday night is I don't know.
49ers, Vikings.
Hold up. We're not up to that. Hold up, guys. Hold up.
I'm answering Jake.
Steelers, Rams, 4:00 window.
That's in
Rams.
LA.
Yeah, in LA.
Yeah, give me the Rams. If it was at the Steelers,
Even though it's going to be Steeler country out there.
I'm going with the Steelers. An upset.
Okay.
An upset.
Give me like 12-10.
Cardinals, Seahawks.
Seahawks.
Seattle.
Yeah, I'm going with Seattle. That's not even a.
Pittsburgh.
Oh, this is going to be an ugly one. Packers,
Wow.
Broncos. Ugh.
Green Bay.
Oh God, this always calls for a tie. But I'm not going there.
You're 0-1 on ties, so I think
I'm
you should
0-1 on ties, so I got to stay away from that.
Green Bay.
And give me Green Bay.
going with Denver.
And
I'm not
Armin says tie.
tie. Oh, this should be a division battle. Chargers, Chiefs.
Chargers, Chiefs. Chiefs.
Yeah, give me Kansas City.
You guys both picked it?
Yeah.
All right, I'm going with a clean sweep. And I'm picking the Chiefs myself. These two teams, they always do play each other pretty close, but I think the Chiefs will come out. Dolphins, Eagles, Sunday Night Football.
Philly's pissed off after losing to a 2-3 Jets team. I'm going Philadelphia.
You know what? Give me Philly too. I think the Dolphins are going to be humbled a little bit.
I got the Dolphins winning.
Plus, this is like they played in Miami the past week, obviously, but this is when they start to get to colder weather.
Kelsey is healthy.
All right, Monday Night Football, Niners, Vikings.
Niners, Vikings. Okay.
Yeah, give me the Niners.
San Fran.
I don't really see an upset here.
Yeah, no
Luca,
way.
there was a proposition made by Mr. Armand in the chat because I'll be at most likely, obviously, at the Jets game. You, Sir John, and Sir Armand cover the form on here.
You bet. I'll do that. As long as I don't get credentialed for that game, we'll do it.
Sounds good then. It's just going to be very odd. 3 Jet fans on a Giants channel.
Hey, listen. It's all fine and well. Was Kelsey on the field in the press box? He was on the field. He was sitting in the state. He was probably sitting in his own suite.
Miami helps Dallas to get within half the game of the NFC East lead. Okay. Yes, Jester Smash.
Thank you, sir.
That's right. Smash the like button. So, I think it's a Jets takeover. Well, this channel it is. Maybe not in the stadium.
I don't know about that, but okay.
What was? Okay, Luca. I'm not going to go there till next week. John, what was I going to say? Luca's record other than this game for the week.
He went 9-5.
So and then this game decides it. So right now Dallas is in front, but again that has yet.
Where am I ranking right now?
I really want this game to freaking finish, but you would be. Hold up. 53. You would have. I would have 54.
John's doing math.
Yes, he is very, very important math. You and Alex would be tied because I still had the game ahead of you guys.
Okay, sir.
So
Ron says it looks like the 3.5 is about to cash.
Nice.
There will be
Cowboys just kicked the field goal. Chargers got
2:19 left.
2:19.
It'll be run better without Alexa on the stream. You bet.
Oh, Sox joins the end. Damn.
Sox, what's up?
Sox.
Appreciate it. Me and Sox were talking about the game last night. Well, I guess that means we could start wrapping it up here for the show. We had a great chat, great audience.
Yeah, good job, guys.
Yeah, Luke, I'll start with you.
Final thoughts. I apologize. I was away for a bit. Some things you can't just control mainly with your body, but I'll leave that at that. Have plenty of these, folks. Have plenty of these. But anyways, thank you all for coming. What?
Don't drink and drive.
Okay, don't drink and drive. I wasn't doing either of them. Thank you all for the chat. You guys are great as always. Hit the like button, subscribe. The more people like, the more people to see it. Helps out with the algorithm, obviously. But we'll be back tomorrow, right?
Yeah, we'll be back tomorrow. So I'll give a headline as far as the week goes because I know Sir Ron is asking in the chat. Luca had some fast food.
Oh, no, I didn't.
Tonight, the D-backs showed they can stay competitive in the series. They only played one home game this postseason. They played great. What king of vitamins?
This is a probiotic.
Yeah, it's a probiotic. So what I will say also is this as well. I do want to give a shout out to Ron in the chat. And of course, you know, we love all of our supporters and stuff like that. But usually if you're a content creator, you don't really consume content and go to other people's channels and stuff. But Ron does that for us. And of course I always pop into Ron's chats and stuff like that. So again, I'm happy Ron's back on YouTube, and hopefully if I get credentialed for a game and maybe he's there or something like that, we get to meet up again and whatnot, just like we did at training camp. But again, wanted to shout out Ron, wanted to shout out the chat as far as the channel lineup goes, and I'll let John go his final thoughts. Tomorrow we got the NLCS game 2, Diamondbacks Phillies. Thursday night football on Thursday, that's Jags and Saints. Nothing Friday. Saturday, Big Blue in the Bronx podcast that'll be recorded though. And Sunday we got the stream in the morning, Rise and Rush podcast, and then all through there. I've known you guys for years, met you. Yeah, when I met Ron, I was 18. hold on. Look, I know I wasn't even 18. What the fuck? I was 16 and now I'm 20, so I'm old. So, but John, final thoughts.
Well, what have we learned today, ladies and gents? We need to again give our congratulations and round of applause to Grimace for making that Giants offensive line on the wheel of offensive linemen. So shout outs to him. Armin, you're still my quarterback. So
Armin said that he's Grimace's agent.
Don't worry. Yeah, he's still the agent. So shout outs to him too. Awesome. He's been awesome lately in the chat, like a lot of you guys. But nevertheless, the Book of Wonder is spoken, and Chargers pushing the ball up here. So I'll have the records read on Thursday's show. I won't do it for tomorrow's show because tomorrow is baseball day.
Yep.
And, go check out all the other content, all the videos. This man.
Let's get to 1.6K.
Yeah, this man is putting out some Giant stuff, so go make sure to check it out. Sox is asking what he do. No, we spun the wheel tonight of offensive lineman.
Giants offensive lineman.
Yeah, Grimace made it, and he made Steve.
Grimace made the list. It was a strong recommendation of Armand, and Grimace made as the backup center.
Yeah, we learned that Jacob is a hater. That's right. The Rangers did win tonight and made me very happy. And the Jets on great defense. Need to clean it up on offense, and
they are winning.
And Sunil, I think he's a bit confused. We learned that too, but nevertheless, I'll hand it over to my man Alex.
Fun chat tonight. Again, congrats to the Jet fans in the house that they beat the Eagles. That's a major accomplishment. We will be getting into a tad of that because, of course, Rangers season has begun. So usually once football clears football's gonna be off for a while. But once baseball's over, basketball will also start to kick in too. So, we're expanding our horizons and stuff like that. But like, comment, subscribe, do all the good stuff. Turn on post notifications so you know when live stream pops drops. Again, folks, we are sponsored by SeatGeek, so $20 off your ticket order, whether you're going to a concert, you need parking passes, or you're going to a ball game in general. Big Blue in the Bronx gets you $20 off your entire order. The Rangers do play in the Garden. They do play in the Garden, along with the Knicks. We also learned that Luka came down equal Tourette's. I've never heard that term, but maybe that's it. But we appreciate you guys, and we will see you tomorrow night. Peace out. Good night.